sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Ran away, I swear I'll never be a sand away. My enemy. Ran away, I swear I'll never be a sand. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the halls and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a mind. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome inside Welland Stadium. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani with you on a beautiful Friday makeup game in the Rose City as the Kitchener Panthers travel to Welland for the second time in 2 weeks. The hottest team in the IBL, the Welland Jackfish, riding an 8-game win streak.
Yeah, I remember texting you earlier this week, like, why is there an X next to our name? The fact that we've already clinched a playoff spot, I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, they're rolling 8 in a row, and they're looking to make it 9 tonight.
Absolutely. Heading into the All-Star break tonight, tomorrow, back-to-back games at the Pond. Then we send 11 to Bernie Arbor, the most out of any team in the IBL.
13?
11, 12, 13, absolutely.
All right.
We send 11 players and 2 staff to Bernie Arbor for the All-Star game on Sunday afternoon, Home Run Derby, and then see us around during the game as well. But should be a really great weekend for IBL baseball around Ontario. Let's get into this game, though. Jose Dominguez gets the start. He'll be there at the All-Star game. Boy, has he been good, and he gets another home start here tonight.
Yeah, he does. A guy that's really good in the strike zone. One thing I would like to see a little bit better is him work his way through the lineup second time a little bit better. It seems like teams are really starting to take advantage of that second and third time through the lineup. Of course, more information you have, the better chances you have to reach base. But I think we've seen really good first time through the order, but it's the second and third time that are starting to get to him. So we saw that in his last start as well. Very efficient through the first 9, but then we started to get through the game, and he struggled a little bit. So that's the biggest thing. But again, a guy that's in the strike zone that gets a lot of contact. So I'm not worried at all. Just one little tweak I'd like to see.
It's college game day here on a Friday at the Pond. Did you see the car outside? Out front?
I did.
Did you take a couple hacks?
I tried to, but there were I didn't want to take it away from the fans. The fans were there. CJ had taken a couple of whacks. So it looks fun.
It does.
Sure.
If you haven't seen it, go to our social media, Welland Jackfish. We got a car somehow in the parking lot. I don't know how we got the permits for it. Painted it all up in Kitchener Panthers colors. Unfortunately, they're the recipients of this game.
Yeah.
College game day, of course, a routine, a ritual. Smashing cars, doing crazy stuff. That car has been damaged, but it all goes towards a good cause, Hospice Niagara, all the donations towards that. So a little bit of a fun event going out in the parking lot. I've seen some great outfits down low, especially Ryan Harrison, Director of Fun tonight.
Yeah, that's solid. The beer helmet, I was kind of hoping we'd get that.
I know.
You know, I was told staff have to pay for it. It is what it is. It's fine. But it was beer koozie giveaway. Fans at the Pond here, they love tailgating before games as well. It's a big part of college game day. The outfits are awesome. I've seen a number of college jerseys. My favorite one, Michigan. Tom Brady's on the back, so I mean, but
Touchy
Michigan,
subject.
hashtag go blue. 4 straight against Ohio State. I'll give a shout out to my buddy Colin. Yeah, it's been awesome. I've seen Alabama, Michigan. Yeah, it's a great day, and yeah, great cause as well.
Fans really deck it out, and you mentioned it, all for a great cause as well. Over 2,000 fans expected to pack the park here tonight on College Game Day. Make sure to get some cold ones into you, of course. Quickly, I do want to talk about probably one of the hottest bats in the IBL right now, and that's Gio Morello.
Yeah, he's again, it seems like those 2 games he missed, he was, I don't want to say PO'd that he missed them. He was away. He had a very nice trip, but he's been hitting with a vengeance or some sort. Something extra has gotten into Gio Morello, and he's been on fire since he's come back. You know, it's been very hard to get him out. You can't find a spot to throw a ball to get him out. So for the Panthers, I mean, miss the strike zone, try to get him to chase, but anything that's remotely close to the plate, he is driving it. It's not like we're seeing any bloopers or soft ground balls. He's driving the baseball right now.
Quickly, Reese, keys to the game tonight for both teams.
Keep the winning going. Kitchener, after a tough week where they got no hit and then 4 hit and then they lost here in Welland, they've won 2 straight, including a walk-off yesterday. Carosis got the game-winning hit. And for the Jackfish, you've won 8 straight. Let's make it 9. So for both teams, I mean, you're playing on a high. Keep it going.
All right, let's head down to field level for the national anthems, and as we get set for first pitch here in the Rose City.
Tonight's national anthem, Julia D'Amico.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Once again, Julia D'Amico. And now, fanatics, please direct your attention to the mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitches. It's college night, and representing the Niagara College. Fans, once again, representing Niagara College in the volleyball program, Nat Desjardins and Steve Stone. And now down to the field for tonight's play ball kids. Ryan, Director of Fun, take it away.
All right, fanatics, we got Elias and Willem here to get this party started on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Play ball!
And here we go, showtime.
Welcome back inside the pond, Welland Stadium. A Friday night, a gorgeous night for baseball. 25 degrees, not humid for the first time this week. It's gorgeous out. Absolutely. Nice little breeze as well here inside the stadium. There's Jose Dominguez. Take a look at the numbers on the season. Just about 40 innings pitched, 4-1 record and a 3.5 ERA. That escalated a little bit after the last start. Of course, we mentioned a tough last inning for Dominguez. Hard to blame him. He pitched great, and he gets another home draw here, this time against the Kitchener Panthers, who, Reese, I don't know what this team is. It's a really weird team this season because last year they really struggled to get wins. This year they are either really good or really not good. There's really no in between.
Yeah.
I mean, they lose to the Jackfish. They put up a heck of a battle.
They did.
A close one. They almost get to Davy Mendez in the 9th inning. Jackfish squeak it out, and then they go on a streak. They've won 2 straight, including a 10-9 win over Chatham Kent the other night. So what Kitchener team are we going to get tonight? That's the question to beg.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out right out of the gate. They got a quick start last time they were here, but, yeah, didn't score again until the 9th inning against Davy Mendez. So, you know, for them, they really got to Dominguez that second time through. Let's see if they can do it again today.
7-18, first pitch delivered in for a strike. to the leadoff man as the shortstop Mandalay steps in for Kitchener. Panthers wearing their road blacks here tonight.
We are ready for that.
Second ball of the game come to us.
Man, we're standing too. Like, we had that.
I was ready.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the defensive lineup for the Welland Jackfish here tonight. As Jose Dominguez delivers his 0-1. Look out!
Ooh.
And he got him swinging. So 3 pitches to start the night for Jose Dominguez. And he sets down Mandalay. One away, so good sign to see from Jose Dominguez as he strikes him out. Low strikeout numbers for Dominguez, but starts the night off with a bang.
Starts it off with a sword. Shing!
I guess so. Now we'll take a look at the Jackfish defensive alignment here tonight. As it'll pop up on your screen, there it is. P.O. Boucher will start in left field. It'll be Gio Morello in center. That ball is crushed to center field. Gio Morello drifting back. It's at the wall. It's off the base of the wall. Rounding first into second is Matteo Zampieri in a 1-out double. We can finally take a look at it. Gio Morello's in center, and Matteo Porcelano rounds out the outfield in right. It'll be Austin Gum over at third base. Brendan Luther and Jonah Weisner up the middle as usual. Josh Marqueza gets the nod at first. Mentioned Jose Dominguez gets the start. Robert Mullen will do the catching. Grayson Barrett will DH. See Josh Marqueza starting to get that swing. Homered in Chatham-Kent last weekend as they pump in a strike.
That was a heck of an offensive performance from the entire club, but you're right, Marqueza. They destroyed Barnstormer pitching that day.
Aiden Ryan, who's had a really good season too. I mean, I think the stat that stuck out for me in that game, 13 walks in 4 innings, I believe it was.
Yep.
I think Ryan had over 100 pitches through 3 1/3, I believe.
Yeah,
Jackfish really worked him.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic, that's for sure. I mean, 13 walks in 4 innings is uncharacteristic for anybody.
Penalve takes a ball, 1-2.
But yeah, that kind of shows the plate discipline this Welland Jackfish team has. Yeah, they'll take their big cuts, they'll swing for the fences, they'll find gaps, but you know, they're also patient enough to take those walks, and they understand that the guy behind them.
Taken off for third base. That ball is going to get up the middle, base hit and run. It's going to go down as an RBI single for Penalve and Kitchener. 3 batters in's got a 1-0 lead. Well, this offense picks right up where they left off.
Number 7.
Yeah, they scored 1 in the first last time they were here at the pond, and again, just weren't able to follow it up until the 9th. But yeah, they get right after it, and kind of goes to show how to attack Jose Dominguez, right? You see the first hitter, Mandalay, get down behind the count, strikes out. Next guy goes after the first pitch, Zampieri, and then Penalve able to drive a baseball up the middle as well.
First pitch from Dominguez is outside for ball 1. Charlie Towers, the second baseman, stepping in. Runner at first, 1 away.
And now the goal is just to minimize the damage here. Dominguez can get a ground ball and get out of the inning.
That ball is shot up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So 3 straight base knocks for the Panthers after a leadoff strikeout. And they're attacking Dominguez early here in the first inning.
Third baseman number 5, Yosuke Fuji.
And that'll bring in Yosuke Fuji, who homered last week actually. That was the lone run for Kitchener until the 9th inning, of course. But yeah, leading the team in that category by quite a bit. 7 bombs on the season for Fuji.
We'll see him and Mullen go head-to-head in round 1 of the Derby on Sunday.
Absolute thoughts on that on the Derby bracket? I'm intrigued by a couple of options.
Is Mullen the 2 seed because Duncan's playing in his home park?
I think it's because he won it last year.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I still thought it would have been reseeded a little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm pumped. I'm so excited.
It's going to be a great Sunday at Bernie Arbor. Still tickets available, so make sure to grab your tickets, ibl.ca or the Hamilton Cardinals website. 1-1 on the way, and it's slashed off foul. Yeah, you got Tyler Duncan, and you got John Salazzo in there as well, and he's a treat to watch hammer baseballs. I mean, we saw it here last year. And then Robert Mullen and Grayson Barrett, 2 Jackfish sluggers, both on opposite sides of the bracket. So you got a chance for a Cardinal final or a Jackfish final. We shall see.
That'd be unreal.
A couple of other players mixed in there as well that, I mean, it's exciting to see them. Fuji, one of them for Kitchener. We're going to call a balk here on Dominguez. Umpire was right there to make the call, and that's going to advance both runners 90 feet. So now 2 in scoring position with Fuji in a 1-2 count.
It looks like Dominguez will go back to the windup here. Infield will stay back for the Jackfish.
Two and 2. Uncharacteristic start for Jose Dominguez here tonight.
Yeah, and he tried to reach back there for a little bit extra. Heard a little bit of a grunt and an extra loud pop of the glove when Mullen caught that baseball, trying to blow it by Fuji, but a good hold on that high fastball.
Here comes the 2-2. Dominguez got him swinging, strike 3. So he's 1 out away as he gets Fuji on strikes, his second punch out of the inning.
Center fielder number 1, Oranta Osawa.
And that'll bring in Osawa, the center fielder now. It's got to be a 2-out hit now for Kitchener to cash in a pair. Talk about uncharacteristic innings. Dominguez 2 strikeouts. Kitchener's got 3 hits off of him.
Very much so. Yeah, again, a guy that you're going to see the ball in play, but you're right. Both outs have been via the K. And it's been hard contact. We haven't seen any soft contact yet.
And he hit him. Up and in on the first pitch of the at-bat. That's going to load the bases here in the first inning. And now A.J. Carosis will step in and going to check out Osawa here. Anytime you get a pitch up and in on the hands, Reese, it's always a moment of concern.
Yeah, you
First baseman number 11.
start to look at that
AJ
pinky
Karasis.
finger, ring finger. You know, does it catch any of the wrist at all?
Well, sticking with the home run derby theme, rounding out that 8, Eduardo Diolio from London. He'll face off against Grayson Barrett, 6 and 3. And then Salazzo and Macabroda will go head-to-head. I'm most intrigued by that first-round matchup.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Is he going to get out of it? It's going to be a tough play. No shot on a chopper on the infield. Luther has got to eat it up. It's going to be an infield base hit and an RBI. And it's 2-0 Panthers here in the first inning.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do there. 2 outs, infield's playing back. Dominguez executed the pitch
Catcher number 48.
perfectly.
Junior
Just
Alvaro.
weak contact to no man's land.
Just died in the infield.
Yep, it's going to happen. And again, you have to keep them at 2 here.
So here's Kitchener's all-star starter, Junior Ibarra. They've sent 8 men to the plate here in the top half of the first inning. There's the numbers for Ibarra on the season. Just a clip under 300. Long-time Kitchener Panther. And Ibarra got a big chance here to come through with 2 outs. Don't usually see him in the 8-hole, but I guess he's going to get a shot with the bases full here. And he's going to send one on the first pitch to left field, base hit. It's going to get by Boucher in left field. That's going to cash more than 2. Getting the wave around all the way from first base. And scoring is Carosis. A 3-run double for Junior Ibarra. And it's a 5 spot for the Panthers in the top half of the first. Huh?
It's strange. Yeah, we're not used to this, but yeah, Boucher just couldn't get in front of the baseball. It goes all the way to the wall. That allows an extra run to score. 2 would have scored for sure, but that third one comes across, and it is a crooked number right now for the Panthers in inning number 1.
I mean, this is a team that beat Toronto 11-2 and then put up 10 in Chatham-Kent against the Barnstormers. They've already got 5 here in the top half of the first inning. Dominguez not out of it yet. Ibarra stands at second. Kitchener's batted around here in the top half of the first inning. Sometimes you just don't have it.
Yeah, these nights will happen where it's a tough start to the ball game and you might have to have a bullpen game the rest of the day, but
showing bunt. Laying one back to the pitcher. Dominguez on to first is in time. Not quite sure about
why
putting the bunt on there, but it does get Dominguez out of the inning. Not before Kitchener puts up 5 runs on 6 hits in the first. Work to do for the Welland Jackfish. They're coming up in the bottom half, 5-0 Kitchener after half an inning.
This is Mason's very first time here at the pond, and he wants to become one of you, whether he likes it or not. Now to do that, he has to do one thing and one thing only. What is that, Fanatics? That's right, kiss the fish, and here comes fisherman Frederica herself with an ice-cold Halifax cod. Fanatics, make some noise for Mason. You gotta kiss it, Mason. Do it, yes. All right, you're gonna walk home with a Niagara College kiss pack and an ice-cold pond water lager. One more time for our newest fanatic of the pond, Mason.
All right, how does free French fries sound if Welland Jackfish pitchers strike out 5 or more opposing batters during any home game this season? Each fan here at the park can redeem their game tickets for a free medium French fry with any purchase at Welland McDonald's locations, Niagara Street and Lincoln Street, and $5 from every strikeout this season will be donated to the Ronald McDonald House. Fans, we're pleased to announce that the Welland Jackfish at the Pond is a licensed entertainment venue. Visit the Bait Shop concessions or the new Miller Lite dugout located on the third base side and enjoy an ice-cold tall boy. Please drink responsibly and respect the rules and help us maintain a positive atmosphere for each and every one of our Welland Jackfish fanatics. Remember as well, 50-50 tickets on sale. Get your 50-50 tickets now.
Welcome back inside the ballpark. Work to do for the Jackfish offense. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, thanks for joining us on a gorgeous night for baseball. Jonah Weisner will lead things up against the starter Andy Vargas for the Panthers tonight.
the key is to, well, you'd love to get all 5 right now, but it's going to be a chippy game to try and get back, I guess is the best way to put it. You just got to chip your way back into the contest.
Didn't even take Kitchener long either. I mean, Dominguez didn't throw a crazy amount of pitches. It's only 15 minutes off after the first inning. They sent 9 to the plate. Vargas, 1-0 to Weisner. There for a strike.
And patience is key, right? You don't have to do everything yourself. It's going to take a lot of work to get those 5 runs back.
1-1. High and away, ball 2. Look at the offensive lineup for the Welland Jackfish here tonight. There it is on the left side of your screen. Jonah Weisner, and then followed by Gio Morello, Pio Boucher, Robert Mullen will clean up. Grayson Barrett will DH tonight and bat 5th. Followed by Mateo Porcelano in the 6-hole, Austin Comm, Brendan Luther, and Josh Marqueza. Rounds out the 9 for the Fish tonight. 2-2 count to Jonah Weisner. Here it comes. Weisner reaches out, pokes one left center field. That's going to dump in, base hit. So leadoff single for Jonah Weisner. And that'll bring in Gio Morello now with a man on.
Number 11, Gio.
The one thing for the Welland Jackfish that you can take away as well, the last time you faced Mr. Vargas, you scored 10 on him and put 23 on the board altogether. Now, that was on June 12th. That's a month ago. However, you can take that and remember what you did correctly on June 12th to get 10 runs off of this Panthers right-hander.
Vargas this season is 0-7 with a 7 ERA in 9 games. All have been starts. High and inside for ball 1. Yeah, and I mean, the offense is kind of back to what we've expected from this team. So, I mean, now if this was 5 runs a month ago, I'd be a little bit worried, but seem to be out of that funk here and looking to get back a couple at least here in the bottom half of the first. Here comes the 1-0. Not competitive 2-0.
And again, just like in Chatham, take your walks when you get them. You got to force the pitcher into the strike zone. Again, it's going to take a lot of quality at-bats to get yourself even and potentially ahead. So it's never a bad thing to take your free 90 down to first base.
It's been an interesting storyline this season. Is Chatham-Kent, a couple of weeks ago, they came in on the 1-2 game. It was the matchup of the week, and then they have been really, really sliding here the past few weeks, Reese, all the way down to 4th. Trying to get into that 5th place territory now with Hamilton so red hot.
Yeah.
They've won 5 straight.
Baycats are surging right now as well.
Absolutely.
London seems to be getting back into the groove of things also. A rare loss in a Payano start yesterday.
Doesn't happen. Gio Morello's going to walk on 4 pitches, so the first 2 have reached here in the bottom half of the inning. It's going to be one of those nights tonight.
Batting third, left fielder number 15.
Knock on the wood here.
Boucher.
So here's a guy who's going to want to come through in the bottom half of the inning. Tough breakout and left for Boucher. Probably cost them 2 runs. And now he's got a chance with a pair on here. There's a mound visit from the catcher, Junior Ibarra.
Yeah, there's not really anything nice about errors, obviously, but on Boucher's side, it is the first inning. You can wash it quickly. You're up at the plate now. Forget about it.
So Peel Boucher with 2 aboard. Bottom of the first, Vargas now in trouble. Deals ball 1.
5 straight.
You got to wait till you see a strike.
Absolutely.
When your team puts up 5 in the first inning, you got one job to do coming out, and that's throw the ball in the zone.
Absolutely. Yeah, pitch to contact.
Called strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Now you go. Still cautious, still understanding that the last 5 of 6 were out of the zone, but now you got to be ready to go.
Boucher, a guy who has really started to come into his zone here at the dish. 1-1 to P.O. Outside, 2-1.
And those close pitches, Vargas isn't going to get them. Umpires will make you get in the strike zone. They're not going to help you out.
Wave and a miss from Boucher, 2-2. Fooled him with the off speed.
Yeah, expected something hard there, way out in front of that one. Now you just got to find a way to put something in play. Give yourself a chance.
Big shadow cast over home plate. Clear skies and sunny. 2-2 to Boucher. Outside. Full count. And now Vargas is starting to throw a lot of pitches here in the first inning through his first 3 batters. Another good count. Payoff coming to Boucher. He got him off speed again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Vargas sits down Boucher for out number 1, and that'll bring in Robbie Mullen.
Catcher number 23, Robert.
Oh, went back to what worked.
Yep. Yeah, he can't seem to find the release point with the fastball, so why not go something soft? Absolutely, Boucher out in front earlier on in the at-bat, and he gets him on the same pitch here.
If you're Robert Mullen, you got to have that in the back of your mind now.
Yeah, until he can prove he can get that fastball in the strike zone, you can just it's not an auto take, but it is. If you can recognize the grip of the ball out of the hand and you see it's a fastball, you might be tempted to lay off it.
Downstairs for ball 1 to Robert Mullen. 280, 10 bombs, 32 RBIs on the season for Robbie.
Yeah, it's big if the Jackfish can at least get that pitch count up for Vargas. When he gave up 10 runs back in June, it was 104 pitches in 3 1/3 innings.
Wow. 1-0 to Mullen. Out in front of it, 1-1.
There's a massive hole on that right side of the infield. Penalve also playing very deep in right. So you know that even a sharp single could score Weisner from second base.
Great speed on the base pass for the Jackfish. Weisner at second, Gio at first. Mullen in a 1-1 count. Vargas comes set. Checks the runner back at second base, now comes home. Robert Mullen pokes it to second. This could be two, bobbled by the second baseman. They're going to get the out at second. I believe, yes, they are going to get the out at second, but runners at the corners, now 2 down.
Designated
Taylor
hitter
made
number
double play,
24,
especially Reese with
Grayson
Robert
Barrett.
Mullen running down the first base line, but Towers just kind of bobbled it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm surprised he tried to go to second. I mean, you
Yeah.
obviously go for one of the lead runners. You've still got a guy on third, of course, but I didn't think they had a shot at second base. And you're right, with Mullen running, that's pretty easy out at first. So
Grayson Barrett steps in for his first AB tonight. First pitch to Barrett is outside for ball 1.
you know what? Towers didn't panic, kept his composure. And that's a big out to get at second base, especially if Barrett finds the outfield with a base hit. You know, only 1 run comes across and not 2.
Grace slashing a notch above 270 this season. Breaking ball stays high, 2-0.
Zone in here if you're Barrett. 1 spot.
Fouls it into the dirt, 2-1.
Nice hands from our home plate umpire. Pick the deflection.
See if Barrett can replicate what he did last weekend in the first inning. Great spot for it here, 2-1. Gets a big looping breaking ball in the middle of the plate. He sends it into center field, base hit. That's going to score 1. Robert Mullen goes first to third. And runners at the corners as Barrett comes through with a 2-out base knock. Jackfish on the board here in the first.
Right fielder,
I mean,
number
Mullen
10,
gets his first stolen
Mateo
base.
Michelotto.
I don't want to say ever because I don't know if he's ever gotten one before. Now he goes first to third on a ball that wasn't hit very hard by Barrett. You know, good on him, good hustle, way to recognize to get that extra 90 feet. And then for Barrett, yeah, that's a hanger you got to take advantage of, and he did.
Smet mixer.
Yep.
Grayson Barrett continues his excellent season now. And now here's Porch. Boy, did he have a big night in Chatham-Kent last weekend. Takes a called strike, thought it was low. That's what the fans think of that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, to say left-handers enjoy hitting in Chatham is an understatement.
Porch had a grand slam in that game. Still can't find the zone with that fastball. Outside for ball 1.
Yeah, at this point it is an automatic take. Again, you recognize it out of the hand.
You're sitting back
And
for
they're not-
soft.
Yeah, and they're not close misses, right? Yeah, you wait for something loopy to come in right in the heart of the plate.
Yeah, they've all been high and away, missing. Gets the call on the outside, 1-2.
I'm not calling anything else other than that. No reason to call a fastball.
Yeah.
Especially in this count 1-2.
Porch knows it. 1-2 to Mateo Porcelato. Vargas trying to get out of the first inning with only 1 given up. He gets him swinging. Strike 3. Porch is down on strikes. Vargas out of the inning.
Fans, we're gonna head
Grayson
down
Barrett RBI
to
single
the field
does
right
get
in
the
front of
fish
that
on the
Jackfish
board.
building.
Kitchener after 1 leads
Time for a game
5-1
of
as we head to the
Beer,
second.
Bat, Chug, presented by TurfNet Sports Supply. The beer's ready. Chicago Mumble's got a big smile on. We head down to the field now. The director of fun, here we go.
All right, it wouldn't be college game night with a little chug contest out of a beer bat. We got Emily and Peyton here. Whoever can finish the beer bat the quickest wins a 30-minute 30 minutes in our indoor golf simulator, courtesy of TurfNet Sports. Welcome to Friday Night at the Pond. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, shut. Here we go. Down it goes. Oops. Peyton, well, Peyton, good to go. You went to college. Chug, 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 chug. Oh, here it goes, Peyton. Congratulations, Peyton. You took down the beer chug, the fastest. You're walking home with a gift certificate to TurfNet Sports Supplies. Thank you, Tim. We'll be back.
Yes, we will. And are you ready to party? Your group, your ball team, or birthday party can join us here at the pond. Visit fan services at the front gate or wellandjackfish.com/groups for more information about our all-inclusive group tickets, Newark Barge, and VIP Miller Lite Suite. Perfect for any occasion. Group tickets are on sale now for all remaining 2025 Welland Jackfish home games.
Top half of inning number 2. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube and Jackfish TV. I'm Alec Murray alongside Reese Dumani. Reminder, All-Star Game weekend this weekend. 3 straight games for us tonight, tomorrow night, and then we make the trip down to Burney Arbor. Should say shout out to the guys down at Cable 14 in Hamilton for and the Hamilton Cardinals for bringing us aboard for the All-Star Game. It should be exciting. Reese, you're going to be down at field level during the Home Run Derby. I'll be up in the booth, and then we'll both be down on the desk and live on the field during the All-Star Game. So I'm super excited. It should be a great day in Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think we were going to be there anyways, potentially shoot some social content, but yeah, to be able to join the broadcast, it's going to be fun. You'll be up in the booth with Neil during the Derby. Reed Duthie will come in to join Neil for the game. It should be an all-around great day.
That one's going to fall in right center field. Leadoff man's aboard here in the second on Dominguez.
Left fielder Mateo Zeppieri.
And that's Mandulay, who struck out to lead off the ball game. And I mean, Kitchener must have something. They must see something, because Dominguez is getting ambushed early on in counts here.
Yeah, the Panthers definitely learned from the first time Mandalay stepped to the plate, a 3-pitch strikeout, which tells you a lot. Dominguez, you're down 0-2 against them. Good luck. So they found a way to attack early in at bats.
But this is what I mean about Kitchener. I mean, it's great for the league that you have teams that are fighting for an 8th seed in the playoffs. I mean, they're right in that battle. This could be a possible first-round matchup in the IBL playoffs. And, I mean, Kitchener's a team that got no hit in their own home ballpark by Owen Boone, then proceeded to put up 4 hits in their next game.
Kind of seemed like rock bottom.
If you take away the 9th inning from the Jackfish game, the game after that, they put up 3 hits before the 9th inning. And then, like I said, 11 runs in Toronto, 10 runs in Chatham-Kent, 5 runs in the first inning here.
Yeah, I mean, with Guelph losing 5 in a row, they found themselves even in wins.
That's wild to me.
But behind by half a game because they have one more loss, one more game played.
Talk about a really tough season for Guelph. It just continues in the Royal City.
Yeah, you know, it seemed like they were really in control on Tuesday against the Jackfish, albeit it was a 1-0 score, and you still had some innings to work with, but just all of a sudden everything unraveled for them in one inning. The Jackfish took the lead and never gave it back.
2-2 from Dominguez, chop foul. It's kind of the same story with Guelph every year. They start slow, and they heat up, finish in the middle of the standings, and then play upset like they did last year against the Welland Jackfish in round 2. But you start to get to the All-Star break, and you start looking at Guelph, and you're like, okay,
when's this happening?
Is it coming?
Yep.
Is it going to happen here? What's going on? 2-2. Shot to second, caught by Weisner, 1 down. Another hard hit ball, but right at Jonah Weisner.
Yeah, you know, we're still waiting for Custodio to start throwing, and he's got to qualify for the playoffs.
Hector Jan.
Yeah. It doesn't take a lot for guys to qualify, but start to get into the end of July, you're running out of time. So, yeah, it's amazing. Kitchener 2 in a row, but Guelph has lost 5 in a row. Toronto's lost 3 in a row. Chatham-Kent's lost 4 in a row. Kitchener's only 1 win behind Toronto. Panthers have played the most games. They've played 30, but they're right there. Any 3 of those teams could finish in any one of those spots, 6, 7, 8. Or higher, depending on what the middle of the pack does.
Yeah, I mean, the middle of the pack is defined by the Hamilton Cardinals. Another base hit through the right side. 2 for 2 as Yosuke Penalve already in this ball game through 2 innings. Couple of base hits for him.
Charlie Towers.
And that'll bring in Charlie Towers with 2 on and 1 away. Base hit on base hit on base hits for the Kitchener Panthers here.
And that's going to make S walk down to the bullpen.
You got to get
there's
first
only
inning
so long
hiccups, and then you start getting the second inning race, and you're like, okay, it's base hit, another base hit.
Yeah, sometimes you can forgive a pitcher for a tough first inning because, again, for whatever reason, some starting pitchers just have issues in the first inning, no matter how good you are. Some guys just can't find a way to put up a 0 in the first. But, yeah, if you have a clean second and you have a clean third, you kind of have that confidence back with your manager. But here, the train continues for the Panthers.
And I wonder if it's going to be – I mean, you look at Danny Howitt down there. He's a longer relief guy. Hasn't pitched in a little bit. I wonder if they go Howitt or
on cue, number 33.
There he is.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got to be your first call because you can get 4 innings out of Danny Howitt if he's throwing the ball well. His last outing, he pitched really well too, so good to see him kind of turn around. Another one I'm curious about, Jack Seward. I mean, he's been a late inning guy, but he can also go a few innings for you if you need. There he is, Danny Howitt. Jackfish lefty's going to start warming up here in the second inning. 1-2 is outside, 2-2. For Dominguez, it's going to be – it's tough for the numbers thing, Reese, because he's pitched so well to start the season. He's pitched so well into the season. A rough inning in the 7th last time out, and now – this. And time is called by Towers.
I think the base runners had ideas to take off. They kind of, you give each other that look, and I was no base stealer by any means, but base runners give each other like a wink or a look or something that they're going to take off. It kind of looked like they were going to there.
Almost throws behind him. Full count.
Yeah, you got to find a way to get a ground ball. 34 pitches in an inning and a third.
Still not crazy for the amount of hits and runs that Kitchener's put up. I mean, they've ambushed him early in counts. That one is going to be foul down the first base line. This is really the first time we've seen a battle at the plate.
Yeah, it is.
Towers singled and scored back in the first.
Yeah, this is batter number 13, and he's only mid-30s in pitches. Like, wow. Again, Dominguez a guy you have to attack early in counts. You don't stand much of a chance if you're down 0-2, 1-2.
Chopper to first. Marquez is going to take it on a hop and step on the bag, 2 down. Runners advance to second and third. And once again, it's going to have to be a 2-out hit for Kitchener.
Third baseman
as Yosuke Fuji will step in for the second time tonight. Fuji was a strikeout victim back in the first inning.
Yeah, you got to find a way to put up a 0 here. Dominguez knows that. And again, second and third, much like we saw in the first inning, he'll go to the windup.
Wave and a miss. 0-1.
And Penalve taking essentially 45-foot lead at second base.
Two other games going on in the IBL tonight. Look out as that one's fouled back, 0-2. Barry's in Brantford tonight. Still pregame at Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford land. Top of the first in London. Cardinals and Majors. That's going to be a good one tonight. We'll keep you updated on that one. Scoreless in the top of the first there. We do play tonight, by the way. Not on the IBL website, but yeah, there is a game going on at the pond tonight. 0-2. Dominguez to Fuji. Another one fouled off.
Let's see if Dominguez can put Fuji away here. This would be essentially it'd be a small victory. It's one batter, but it'd be huge for Dominguez to get this out here.
Swung on and missed, strike three. He's got 3 punch-outs as he gets Fuji for the second time tonight. And Dominguez strands a pair, doesn't allow a run to cross, so he limits the damage in the top half of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, 5-1, Kitchener on top.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
Jackfish.com for all your fanatic needs. This Park is a non-smoking facility. Smoking and vaping are not allowed anywhere within the stands or concourse in accordance with provincial and municipal regulations. Anyone caught smoking inside will be subject to fines and removal from the facility without refund.
All right, bottom of the second inning. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, Austin Gamo lead things off for the Jackfish. Also, we were looking at the break, Reese. Oh, there we go. We are playing tonight now.
Right on.
Got the scorebook up there now on the IBL website.
Got to be a sun delay in Brantford.
100%.
Not surprised. They won't start till 8:30.
Sun strikes again. Great pitching matchup in London tonight. Owen Boone, Travis Keys.
The fan in me wanted to see Payano pitch tonight, too.
Absolutely.
But, you try to get a win on the road like London did yesterday in Hamilton. And like I said earlier, a rare loss on a Payano start.
I mean, you talk about Vargas's numbers on the season and doing a little bit of a deep dive into his last, let's say, 5 starts. You date back to June 12th against Welland. That's where he gave up 10 earned runs in 3 innings. But then, since then, Reese, it's been a little bit of a tale of a different story. I mean, he's taken the losses in each of those 5 games, but 3 of them have been really good starts. You go June 19th in Hamilton. He went 6 innings, only gave up 3 runs. June 26th in Brantford, it was a 4-3 loss to the Red Sox. He went 7, only gave up 3 runs. Struck out 5. July 3rd in Chatham-Kent, he went 6, did give up 7 runs. That's the one start in there that was kind of, okay, you probably could have done a little better. But then, his best start of the season as he gets Gom swinging for strikeout in the first out of the second inning. July 11th in London, 8 innings, struck out 9.
The shortstop.
And only gave up 1 run.
Luther.
5 hits he scattered through 8 innings in a 1-0 loss to the Majors. So he's coming off his best start of the season 7 days ago. See if he can keep that going here.
Feels a lot like Paul Skeens, I'm sure. Gets barely any run support and then gets 2 runs in the first inning in the All-Star game when Tarek Skubel's opposing him.
And still can't get the win.
Yeah, you have to go longer than an inning. Yeah. Oh, you Pirate fans.
1-0. Breaking ball stays away. 2-0 to Brendan Luther out of the 8-hole. Been through enough.
But yeah, you look at those starts. Yeah, you take the one out of in Chatham. The rest of them are quality starts. That those games you could say are on the offense for not providing enough support.
This is going to be a tough play. Chopper up the middle. Towers has it on to first, not in time. Luther beats it out, and an infield base hit for Luther with 1 away. We'll bring in Marchesa. And I mean, out of all the teams to pitch for in the IBL, Kitchener probably has to be one of the worst ballparks to pitch in.
Big time.
As a whole pitcher.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Chatham-Kent's definitely up there too. So is Toronto.
Yep.
But no doubt, the boombox that is Jack Couch is probably the worst to be a starting pitcher in.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot. You think you have a routine fly ball, and oh wait, what?
Gone.
Yeah, there's 3 runs on the board, so
probably relieved to look at the schedule and see a road start on tap for him in the last 2 starts.
Those ones are circled.
Absolutely.
Send it to the family. Hey, you're going to want to watch this one. We're playing in a big ballpark.
I mean, and I just go back to the record. The fact that he's 0-7 isn't showing, with a 7 ERA, isn't showing of his last 5 starts.
No, you could kind of throw 2 or 3 games in there that really contribute to that. But other than that, yeah, they've been quality starts. Just the offense really hasn't backed him up.
6 of his 9 starts have been in Kitchener too. That's why I say he's got to be thrilled tonight to be pitching on the road.
Yeah, Brantford's a ballpark that pitchers can circle. You're like, okay, I'm happy to play there.
Luther taking off for second base. Throw is not in time, and Luther's in there. They thought they got him on the foot. That was a bang-bang play. Great throw by Ibarra. But he is going to be in there safe at second, and Luther's now slow to get back up. Got a little grimace on his face there. Now he's up and looks to be all right. So Luther's in a scoring position. Marquez is an 0-2 count.
That was a heck of a try on the tag by Mandalay. Oh, my. He got that down quick, but Luther just in ahead of it. It looked a little awkward going to the bag, maybe just a split second late getting to second base. And a heck of a try on the tag.
1-2. Vargas comes home to Marquesa, high and away. 2-2.
Luther trying to get himself a good secondary lead there. Again, they're just trying to chip away at this 4-run deficit. You don't have to score the next 4 or 5 to take the lead in 1 inning. If you get 1 every so often, you'll eventually get even. But again, it's just good at-bats and stringing them together.
2-2 to Marquesa. That's going to go back to second.
It's an interesting hop there. Never seen that.
I'm surprised Luther's not at third base right now. That was close.
I will say it is very hard to balk to second base.
It is. It is.
It takes a skill to balk to second base. I mean, Dominguez balked. There was a run on second base. But
great take by Marquesa. Keeps it downstairs. Full count now to Josh.
But that's the one base where you don't have to step off and throw it.
Lift that leg.
Just lift the leg and turn, and you don't have to throw the ball, whereas this rule was changed a number of years ago, but if you lift the leg and step to third or first base, if you're a left-hander, you got to throw that baseball.
Full count to Marquesa. Here it comes from Vargas. It is outside ball 4. Great at-bat into the 9-hole for Josh Marquesa. 2 aboard now with only 1 down, and that'll turn it back up to Jonah Weisner at the top of the lineup.
Baseman, number 4, Jonah.
And now that's going to start some stirring in the Kitchener bullpen.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit earlier. I was trying to determine what number it was. I think it's Danny Garcia, number 38.
I believe so.
Yeah, and we saw him when the Panthers were here last weekend. And yeah, this gives us a visit, which understandable. You strike out the number 7 hitter. You've got 8, 9 coming up, but Luther's been hot. He's been great. That 8 spot's been hot, actually.
I'm wondering if there's some type of short leash on Vargas tonight.
Could be.
Realistically, what he's done through an inning and a third has not been worthy of having the bullpen up and going already.
No, I don't think so.
Especially with a 5-1 lead.
And the stretch the Kitchener Panthers are on right now, too.
Absolutely.
He played Wednesday. He played yesterday. Of course, today.
I mean, one thing the Jackfish have done really well is work them deep into counts.
Yeah, you know, they really haven't quit on any at-bats. You're right. You know, you get down 0-2, and it's those hitters that find a way to even get to a 2-ball count. Can be difficult sometimes, right? The game of baseball, it's a game of failure, but if you're down 0-2 quick, and you can even work it back to even 2-2, then, you know, that it's those extra 2 to 3 pitches per at-bat that shortens a pitcher's outing.
I think the one slam on Vargas tonight has been he hasn't been able to locate his fastball.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That doesn't help.
So, I mean, at some point, rather or not, Jackfish are going to time up this off-speed pitch. Called strike to Jonah Weisner on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Question for you. Thoughts on the red ball caps with the all-black uniforms?
Favorite color is red.
Okay.
I've got no problems with the color red at all. Maybe I'll shoot Mark a message, but I don't know I don't understand the red and black.
Yeah.
I need an answer on that one.
I mean, there's no red on the jersey. That's why I ask. Usually maybe you have some red piping or some, you know, even a Canadian flag or something on the side of your shoulder, but not an ounce of red in this uniform. And then the hat, bright red.
And one exception, Canada Day. You wear a red cap.
Except if you're the right fielder. Yosuke Penalve does not go red cap. Oh, yeah, he does.
Some leagues that's like
hard
a
to tell from
fine
out
or,
here, yeah.
or something because you're not matching.
Might just be his sunglasses on top.
Which is hilarious because the sun's pointed directly at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a big fan of the color red, but red and black.
It does pop.
Panthers. They've got blue uniforms, too, so that's where I'm kind of like
mixing it
on the
all in
fence.
there. Pitch to Weisner. No, that's not a strike. That's a bad call to ring up Jonah Weisner looking well outside of the zone, and Weisner gets called out on strike 3, and that'll be 2 down for Gio Morello.
Your center fielder, number 11, Gio.
Yeah, it looked like Ibarra helped that one a little bit. Help his pitcher get that call. Again, it's when a pitcher doesn't have the best command, and it's not to say that he's been wild by any means, but he has had some struggles finding the strike zone on a consistent basis now through an inning and 2/3. So, you know, it's those close pitches where umpires do tend to favor the batter because, again, you got to prove that you can throw strikes and be in the strike zone consistently. So those borderline calls tend to go the batter's way.
Well, if you're going to get that call, look at Ibarra's going to go right back to it. Absolutely.
Don't blame him.
Why wouldn't you? That one stays high, 1-0. Jackfish trying not to strand runners here. Going to have to be Gio Morello, who walked back in the first inning. (5-1) Kitchener here in the bottom of the second. Big breaking ball stays high, 2-0. It was a 4-pitch walk to Morello in the first. Danny Howitt has sat down now in the Jackfish bullpen, so got to think Dominguez will come back out for at least another inning.
Yeah, I'm sure that had to do with no runs coming across.
Yep. Able to limit the damage. Yep. Strike is called to Gio. 2-1.
I can confirm we do not have a concrete answer on the Red Hats.
2-1. Outside, 3-1. It's the same pitch that he rung up Weisner on.
The only thing I can think of is if they wore them on Wednesday, they won. Wore them again yesterday, they won.
True. Yeah, I can see that.
You know, don't want to change anything.
Which completely viable if so. 3-1. On the way. Gio Morello in on his hands. Sends it into foul territory. Zeppieri rushing over into foul territory, makes the grab. inning over. So the Jackfish
Fans are going to head back
strand a pair in the second inning. And we'll head to the third. 5-1 Kitchener remaining on top here in Welland.
It's brought to you by CAA Niagara. It's called Stack and Dash. Ryan's got the contestants. Ryan, who is on the field with you tonight?
All right, Rodney, we got Rebecca and Jordan versus Lily and Charlotte for the CAA Niagara Stack and Dash contest to win $25 to beaties. Here's how this works. When I say go, you take off, grab a donut, bring it back, stack it on your partner. Once all four are stacked, you bring it back to me. First team across the line wins the gift card. Fanatics, are you ready? I like Friday nights in the pond. All right, are you guys ready? They're not sure. On your mark, get set, go. They're off. Oh, shoeless. All right, first donut grab. Here we go. Come on, Fanatics, need a little energy from the team here. It is Friday night after all. You just had a big, long work week. Let loose a little. All right, 2 donuts down. Here we go. Oh my gosh, she didn't fall. That's a first for me. Yes! Yes! Congratulations, Lily and Charlotte! You're rocking all the $25 gift card diabetes. Make some noise for our contestants! We won.
Fans, don't forget, if you snag a foul ball tonight, visit us at Fan Services located at the front gate and redeem your foul ball for a brand new Jackfish logo baseball, perfect for post-game autographs. Leading off the third inning for the Kitchener Panthers, center fielder Aranta Osawa.
Top half of the third inning, 5-1 Kitchener. 5-run first inning by the Panthers, which sent 9 to the plate. Jose Dominguez settled a little bit more down in the second inning. Still was working with traffic on the base paths. And now gets run to Osawa to lead off the third. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Panthers in the third inning. 0-1 is cracked to center field. Gio Morello's got a beat on it. He'll haul it in. 1 away.
So the one silver lining for Dominguez is he really hasn't fallen behind too far on many, if any, hitters for this Panthers club. Again, these Panthers hitters aren't letting these counts get very deep, but you know he is still in the strike zone, so you know take that any way you want. But
and he hasn't
just a lot of hard contact. Yeah, he hasn't thrown a lot of pitches. You're right. You just love some more soft contact.
A.J. Carosas starts him with a strike. Carosas singled and scored back in that 5-run first. Working quickly here in the third inning. Wave and a miss, 0-2.
It'd be nice to see him get into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Oh-2 on the way. Little quick pitch from Dominguez. He got him swinging. Punch out number 4 on the night for Jose Dominguez. Quickly 2 down to the third. He averages like 4 strikeouts a game. He's got 4 through 3. 2 2/3.
We are an S away from free fries.
Starts out Junior Ibarra with a strike. Oh, 1. On the ground to second. Wisner under his glove and through. That'll go down as an error on Jonah Wisner. And Junior Ibarra's aboard with 2 down. A little too nonchalant at second base, Reese?
Yeah, it just didn't get too far down. You know, it's one of those ones where you're a little bit in between. Do you dive for it? Can you get there by staying on your feet? You know, Ibarra isn't the fastest guy in the world, but, you know, it's still a play where you have to range over and get it and then set your feet or throw it on the run. So, you know, you're kind of caught on what to do there and just snuck under the glove.
Dominguez starts off the 9-hole hitter with a strike. Ball one as it's outside to Nicholas Kairos out of the 9-hole.
Alec Murray just showed me a hose on his phone. In Atlanta, Yankees and Braves.
Ronald Acuna.
Go find it.
That's
Oh, my.
absurd.
What a hose.
1-1 from Dominguez.
This is Janine's very first night here at the...
This is so bad. What if somebody... This is so bad. What if somebody sees this?
We have to get rid of this.
How?
Oh, I've got some ideas. At Penn Financial, our advisors can help you clean up the mess and make sense of your finances. Whatever your financial secret is, there's no judgment on our end. Don't live in financial stress. Come to Penn Financial. We'll help you clean up the mess.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Yeah. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there at that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up 'cause I'm back in my zone now. 'Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Leading off the third inning for the Fish, left fielder number 15, P.O. Boucher.
P.O. Boucher leads things up, bottom of the third inning. Jackfish trailing by 4 here as Andy Vargas back onto the bump. That sun at first base is going to be an issue in this inning. A.J. Carosis, hand in front.
Tip the cap down a little bit.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a tough spot. Boucher takes low, ball one. P.O. a strikeout victim back in the first. What a stretch for the Kitchener Panthers on All-Star Weekend. I mean, not a regular All-Star Weekend in this league. I mean, you don't get the week off.
Everybody clap your hands.
Kitchener is going to go to Barrie tomorrow, and then if you're Yuri Barra or
Check it out.
Yosuke Fuji, you got to go to Hamilton on Sunday. Then you get some time off. So, I mean, 5 straight for those guys, 4 straight for Kitchener, and a road weekend for the Panthers.
Yeah.
In Chatham, in Welland, in Barrie on Sunday. Boucher going to be close. No, able to cover in time is Vargas. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
I believe it was a game in Toronto Wednesday.
Catcher number 23,
At the
Robert
Pits. Yeah, then
Mullen.
their lone home game yesterday. Yeah, but then on the road to, albeit makeup game today. They weren't originally scheduled to play today, but you go 4-4, and yeah, up in Barrie at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So you come east today, you go north tomorrow.
Nice thing for Kitchener is they're kind of mixed in the middle
Yep.
of everything.
For sure.
So it's not like you're Barrie going to Chatham and then coming to Welland and then, right? You're at least
Yep.
you're kind of in the middle, neutral.
Yeah, like I would probably say here and potentially Hamilton are probably the toughest places to get to. Chatham, okay, we're going to hop on the 401. London, we're going to hop on the 401. Guelph, it's 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah, we're going to Guelph. Minus that one stretch of highway.
Yeah.
When you get off the highway, before you make that exit to Guelph, minus that stretch, it's pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, but to get to here, I was kind of running through it with Brent earlier. I go, from Kitchener, you have to find some way. Well, not find some way. You take the expressway to the 401, 401 to Highway 6, Highway 6 down the mountain to the 403, then to the QEW, then to the 406, and here to Welland. Kind of similar to Hamilton, except you stay on the mountain. But
well, folks, if you're going on a road trip, take Reese Dumani. You won't get lost.
Hey,
that is a lot of directions.
Man,
my head exploded.
I've done it a few times. Yeah, it's you know what? It's a challenge sometimes, and I'm never. Again, we're gonna knock. I've never been in an accident, but I do have a little bit of a competition with my GPS to see if I can beat the original ETA.
Doesn't everybody?
I usually do a pretty good job of it, but I've been on tons of road trips. I've driven to Florida 3 or 4 times. No, I haven't driven, but I've been on a car ride to Florida 4 times. Traveling for ball, I've played in Indiana.
Good road trip always
New
hits.
York, Ohio. Yeah, it does hit. Hits differently.
0-2 is high.
Don't get me wrong. I would prefer a 3-hour flight to Miami instead of a 24-hour drive.
Yeah, but it's the experiences that count.
I've stopped at many Waffle Houses.
So good.
So good.
Now you're getting me talking about.
You like
it.
waffle?
I do. I love it. I love it.
Oh, it's terrible.
We disagree to agree to disagree here. 1-2 on the way. Mullen sticks his bat out, sends it up the middle, base hit for Robbie, and a 1-out single. We'll bring in Grayson Barrett.
Designated hitter number 24.
When I went to Jacksonville, I
Grayson
was
Barrett.
Waffle House every morning.
They were on every exit.
Every corner, every exit.
Yep. I'd have to go Cracker Barrel. If I had an option for breakfast, it'd be Cracker Barrel or Bob Evans. If you're still kind of in the North Michigan, Ohio area, Kentucky a little bit.
Look at Mullen over there at first. He can't see anything
that's-
either. Grayson Barrett's going to send one to first base. They call it foul. Now Robbie's got to make his trek back to first.
I guess the one good thing would be is you've got your hand, because you have to block the sun, but then you're watching the pitcher, you're watching that front leg to see if it lifts up. You know, but you also got to keep your attention at home plate as well for when the ball gets there, if it comes at you like it kind of did there. It looked like strike 3 to Weisner. Yeah, I was going to say, probably give it another 10 minutes. They're probably okay over at first, but pretty tough right now. And even the pitcher right now, Vargas, the sun on his face.
Grayson Barrett looks like he just got under that one. To right field, it's dropping quickly. Over is Penalve to haul it in. That's a long run. Up in the sun as well, but he makes the catch. 2 down.
The right fielder, number 10.
Nice grab on the run
Mateo
by Yosuke Penalve.
Yeah, he was in a full-out sprint for that one. And I mentioned how deep he was playing in inning number 1. He was 3-4 feet away from the track. And we've seen guys play deep in this ballpark, of course. It's fairly big. If the ball finds a gap, especially in right center field, he could easily have a 3-bagger, but he's playing very deep in right field, so he had to full-out sprint for that baseball. But yeah, nice running catch for sure.
Barrett just missed it. First pitch to Porch is in, called strike.
Yeah, those are the frustrating ones. You put a good swing on the ball, but you're just under it.
Mateo Porcelano 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Mullen stands at first with 2 down. Breaking ball. Wall outside, 1-1.
See if the Jackfish can get something going here with 2 outs. Portulato monster numbers this season.
Still hitting over 400. That's absurd.
That's amazing.
1-1. Porch slices one to left center field. Over the center fielder is Osawa. He'll make the catch. Inning over. So a clean inning for Andy Vargas. Sands the Robert Mullen single. And we head to the fourth inning. Kitchener remaining on top. 5-1 here in Welland on a Friday night.
We head things down and hand things over once again to the Director of Fun.
All right, Fanatics, it's undie run time. We got Dan, Rob, and D-Man versus Greg, Jerry, and Terry. Here's how this works. When I say go, you're going to take off. If they ever get to the starting line, they're going to take off around the infield all the way down towards home plate. First team across the line wins $25 to Minor Brothers. In 3 years, when they get to the line, we'll get this started. Hurry up, guys. You got to run soon, so show some hustle. All right, Fanatics, I need you again. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go, go, go. Now they're moving. Not on the grass, guys. On the grass. Watch out. Oh, boy. All right, it's getting pretty close here. He's just trying to grab his underwear here, though. A little wedgie action. A little wedge. Down he goes on the gravel. Oh, no. The ball trio goes down. That's tough. All right, it looks like the Hare's going to win this one. Congratulations, guys. You're walking home with $20 to Minor Brothers. The guys stay here. Hey. Make some noise for our contestants. We will be back.
Fan single game tickets are on sale for all remaining 2025 Welland Jackfish home games. Don't miss a second of the show and head to wellandjackfish.com/ticks to purchase your game tickets tonight. Leading off the fourth inning for the Panthers, shortstop Jordan Mandalay.
Top of the fourth here at Welland Stadium. 5-1 Kitchener on top, riding that 5-run first inning. Jose Dominguez seems to have settled in here. And so at the top of the order, third time through the lineup for Kitchener. Jordan Mandalay will lead things out. He attacks the first pitch on the ground, a second. Weisner's got it. On a first in time, one pitch, one out. Out of town scoreboard, the sun delay remains in Brantford. Still pregame there. Waiting for that game to start. It's going to be a little bit of a hike back for the Barrie Baycats tonight. Later start time. 38 strikes, 13 balls for Jose Dominguez. As in London, I believe it is still scoreless. Yeah, bottom of the third, still scoreless. Hamilton and the Majors. Cardinals on a 5-game win streak right now.
So we've got an update.
Just
they
underway.
just started, and I believe Barrie is already up 2-0. Yep. Top of the first,
Hernandez,
two-run shot.
Two-run shot.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, you know what? I can understand Brantford wanting to move the times up. Starting at 8:20 is ridiculous. But
not sure where that was. Robbie Mullen really wanted that call, did not get it. 2-1. Sorry, Reese, continue.
No, but just you built a ball. The ballpark was built for day games.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
they used to have light. They didn't have light poles, and then they put them in play.
Kind of giving Toronto vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
2-1 from Dominguez. That one's going to be slashed to right field. That's a base hit, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Rounding first is Zempieri. He's into second, a double. And the Kitchener left fielder
Right fielder
is aboard with one away.
Vanelver.
That's double number 2 for Zeppieri. He doubled and scored in the first, and now he doubles here in the fourth. Just a rope down that right field line.
Seems to be the early read on the zone tonight, Reese, is give on the outside part, not much on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's been consistent sometimes. I would say the only outlier was Weisner's.
Yeah.
Strike 3. Other than that, there really hasn't been a ton on the outside that's been given. Maybe consistent-ish is the better term for that. But
bouncing around at second base. Ground ball to Weisner. He's got it. He'll toss out at first in time. 2 down. Advancing to third base is Zeppieri. But now 2 away.
Second baseman,
And that'll bring in Charlie
Towers.
Towers for the 3rd time tonight. Towers 1 for 2. There's the numbers for Towers on the season.
that's a nice response from Dominguez after that double. You know, again, he's not a guy that's going to panic whatsoever. 5 spot in the first inning's not ideal, but he really hasn't panicked. He had a little bit of trouble in the second inning, but still calm, cool, collected on the mound.
He's a former big leaguer. No moment too big, right? It's going to take a lot to fluster him.
Yep, absolutely. All these guys have been in those spots before. You know, where you have to fight it. It's not going to be perfect every night. It's how you handle it, how you manage it. Painted the inside corner.
Reach back a little bit. Trying to get Towers and Strand. Matteo Zeppieri at third. See if he goes outside the zone here. See if he gets a Towers chase. They're going to go outside. Here comes the 0-2. Towers instead's going to deposit it into left field, base hit. RBI single for Charlie Towers. Make him 2 for 3 tonight. And Kitchener adds on 6-1 Panthers.
Third baseman Yosuke Fuji.
It's a great piece of 2-strike hitting by Towers. That
Yeah.
ball didn't get far enough out.
No, it didn't, and he took it the other way. He let it travel just a little bit extra and just shot it to left field, just over the head of the shortstop, Luther. Would have had to have been at least 6'5" to make that catch. Then again, everyone wishes they were 6'5". Says the guy that never got to 6 feet.
Sound a little upset.
Man, I've been stuck at 5'11" since like grade 10.
Like you couldn't even get to 7.
Man, couldn't even get to 6.
I'd give you an inch, but.
Got him.
Got him at first base. Yes, they did. Great move by Dominguez. He picks off Towers. Inning over. A little fist bump for Jose off the mound. 1 run does score on the Towers RBI single. 6-1 Panthers as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Courtesy of Chris Fazzari.
When we at Miller Lite set out to brew a light beer, there came a moment of truth. When we had to choose great taste or 90 calories, we chose both. Tastes like Miller time.
Did you know your dollar does more in Niagara with Penn Financial? And you get the same benefits and rates, except we get to know you better, like true neighbors do. Penn Financial, Niagara's truly local credit union.
bottom of the 4th inning. Here in the Rose City, 6-1. Kitchener on top. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani as
Leading off the 4th
Austin
inning
Gum will
for
lead
your
things off here in the bottom half of the
Third
inning.
baseman, number 6, Austin Gum.
Be nice to get an answer here. You know, we saw the bottom of the order produce, or help produce, some offense. You know, Luther reached on a single, Marqueza reached on a walk. So the bottom of the order here did their jobs in inning number 2. Let's see if they can do it again.
Throw across is in time to get gone by a step. Leadoff man retired.
Really nice play ranging over by Mandalay.
20, Brandon
Bang, bang at first.
Luther.
Gum hard right out of the box.
So here is Luther. Single back in the 2nd inning.
GMAC getting a round of applause on the third base side by the Jackfish dugout. That'd be Greg. A little bit of a curtain call there.
I was looking down. What are they clapping for here? What's going on that I'm missing out? I want to know to Luther. Two and out.
Plate umpire Ben Mercier reacted like he was going to call that a strike.
Yeah, it looked like it for momentarily there, and then opted to leave it downstairs. 2-0 on the way. There's a strike call, 2-1.
A little different seeing him on the field, especially getting used to him up here the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, he came up, sat with us for a couple of games.
Left after the food kit. No, I'm kidding.
That's great. As Luther fouls one off. 2-2. Yeah, it was interesting having a couple of conversations with him up here the past week.
Yeah, evaluating. Double duty. Umpire and evaluator as well.
And now we get to talk about him. 2-2. Luther finds a hole on the left side. Base hit. Big turn at first. He's going to stay with a single. And a 1-out knock for Luther brings up Marqueza. 2 for 2 now, Luther out of the 8-hole.
Number 8 spot's hot.
First baseman.
The only guy who can hit out of the 8 spot, apparently.
Marqueza.
Yeah, but this is what they did in the second. Like I said, it started with a Luther base hit. Marqueza then followed it up with a really good at-bat, able to work a walk. Just they weren't able to be brought around by the top of the order, but let's see if that can change here in inning number 4. Again, looking for a response.
First pitch to Marqueza. Called strike 1. Little give on that outside again there, Reese. Marqueza, the numbers aren't there average-wise, but he does have 2 home runs, 9 RBIs on the season in limited at-bats. Pick off back to first. Luther in with a slide safely.
Yeah, Luther trying to get a little bit of a running / jumping start at first base. Did steal a bag in the second.
They're going to set up outside again to Marqueza. Too far outside, 1-1.
I'm going to say, keep going there. Why not?
If you're going to get the calls, you might as well. Absolutely.
That went way too far, even though Ibarra tried to frame it up nicely. A little bit too much movement.
If I'm Marqueza, I'm taking a little bit of a step in. Crowd the plate.
Yeah.
Go right back outside again. Here's the 1-1. 1-2.
Yeah, you know what? You just force yourself to shoot the ball the other way, right? If they're going to keep going outside, you try to pull that baseball, you're going to roll over and make 2 outs.
1-2 to Marqueza. Here they go outside once again. Two and two, too far away.
Wouldn't surprise me if they go there again. Got to let it travel a little bit longer.
Right back to the outside part again. 2-2. Runner taken off. Marqueza swing and a miss. Throw down is not in time. Luther's in with a stolen base, his second of the night. Marqueza down on strikes, 2 down.
Second baseman, number 4, Jonah.
That one not as close as the one in the second inning, but yeah, Luther picking up stolen bag number 2 today. That gives him 11 now on the season.
Here's Jonah Weisner back to the top of the lineup. Third time through the order for the Jackfish. Weisner 1 for 2 tonight.
We got to see some clutch 2-out hitting here.
Weisner singled and scored back in the first. Was a victim looking in the second. First pitch, breaking ball, down to the dirt for ball 1.
You would have to think a base hit is an automatic run. Yes, you love to cut runners down at the plate, but also recognizing that you'd still be up 6-2, and you got to keep Weisner at first base if possible.
1-0. Look out to the backstop. Now a base hit is definitely a run.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on those gifts that you get from the Panthers.
And now Weisner at a good hitter count, 2-0.
And the way things have gone, would not surprise me to see something soft here. Maybe try the hook, 2 balls, no strikes.
Now Ibarra's got to fix that catcher's equipment.
I believe that still is gear from when he played for the Cuban national team. Again, does not match the Panthers' colors whatsoever.
It matches the hats.
But that's true, it does. You're right. But he's had that gear for a while, even back when I was still kicking around the league.
Chatham-Kent's in town tomorrow night. Pitches away, 3-1 to Weisner. It's been a heavy dose of barnstormers this month.
Yeah.
3 times.
Let's hope, again, we're going to knock on wood. This is time number 3, but let's hope this one isn't interrupted by a rain delay.
Chopped foul.
Fans 50,
that almost spun back fair.
Approaching $1,000.
What a spin that would have been.
50 tickets on sale.
3-2 full count on Weisner.
Approaching
Jackfish looking for the season series sweep over Chatham-Kent.
$1,000 right now.
And the way they were playing it to be at the end of June, beginning of July, you thought, like, wow, really? But, yeah, it's been a tough stretch for them.
They've tapered off here throughout the mid-July. That game a couple of weeks ago was for first place, Reese.
You're right.
Look at Chatham-Kent down in 4th now, battling with Hamilton for that 5 spot. Weisner sends one to left field. Zepieri over. He's under it. Makes the catch, shinning over. Andy Vargas throws up yet another 0 for Kitchener tonight. Different tune for Vargas on the mound than the last time he saw the Welland Jackfish about a month ago. He's through 4 great innings. Kitchener leads 6-1.
For Conte's Collision, presented by Conte's Collision Center.
All right, Fanatics, we got Jen and Dave here for a little spousal Conte's Collision. For a chance to win 2 free breakfasts courtesy of Blue Star Restaurant. Here's how this works. When I say go, you're running, smashing each other. Stay on your feet, win. Go down, you're probably sleeping on the couch tonight. All right, Fanatics, it's Saturday. Oh, no, it's not Saturday. It's Friday. Weird. Are you ready? Jen, get in this thing. Let's go. No, this way. All right, now get in it. Yep, grab them. There we go. You want to see them smash into each other? On your mark, get set, go! Oh. Dave's going down, I think. You want to go again? Oh, she says no. She says she's done. Congratulations, Dave. You're walking home with a 2 breakfast. You'll have to take care anyway. To Blue Star. Make some noise for our contestants. We will be back.
Head to the bait shop now or visit Denise at the Catch Beer Bar on the third base side and enjoy an ice-cold pond water lager or slippery fish light by New Word Brewing. Please drink responsibly. Welland Stadium stops serving alcohol at the end of the 7th inning. Can't make it to a game? Head to youtube.com/Welland Jackfish and subscribe to our official YouTube channel. There you'll find amazing content. Watch every home game live, presented by Young's Electric. Leading off the 5th inning for Kitchener, third baseman Yosuke Fuji.
Swing and a miss on the Dominguez offering. Fuji, really the only guy in the lineup for Kitchener who hasn't been involved. Kairos and Fuji, both 0 for 2. Fuji's got 2 strikeouts though, unlike him. 2-1.
Yeah, kind of the 2 outliers for the Panthers, you're right.
3-1. Mullen checking back with the home plate umpire once again. 3-1 count to the leadoff man. Attacks that pitch, fouls it off, 3-2.
It's kind of been the opposite of what I said off the top. You know, the first time around the lineup for Dominguez has been phenomenal all season long. You know, it's been that second and third time that we're starting to see teams really pick up on what Dominguez is offering. Here it's been the opposite. It was the first time through that was a struggle, but the second and now working his way through the third time has been a little bit more Dominguez-esque than that we're used to seeing from number 45.
Here comes the full count offering, and it's ball 4. So he's walked the leadoff man here in the 5th inning. And now Runta Osawa will step in with a man on.
Center fielder Ronta Osawa.
No action down the left field line in the bullpen. We saw it a little bit earlier, but as I say that, it looks like Danny Howard is actually going to stay warm or start throwing again.
Showing bunt is Osawa with a 5-run lead. This is the second time, Reese, that Kitchener's put the bunt on, and you've been like, interesting.
Well, in the first inning, it made no sense. You had Dominguez on the ropes, but then you put one down for a free out number 3. Doesn't make a ton of sense.
Mullen's going to throw down in plenty of time. He got him at second. Not even close. Fuji gunned down, trying to swipe second, and that'll erase the leadoff man. And did they call that a ball?
Okay.
So 2-0. Mullen thought it was a strike. Now Dominguez will offer 2-0. There's the strike, 2-1.
And for a catcher to be able to pick up a pitcher like that, where you know you give a free pass and then you can fire the guy out at second base, that's a huge fire me up moment.
That throw from Mullen a little bit high, but great snap tag by Luther. Tonight's attendance, a tick below 2, as that one is fair ball down the left field line. Now how big is that thrown out runner at second base? Rounding second, going to pull up there. Osawa, a double. And a man in scoring position with one away.
Yeah, it's 7-1 if that guy's not out at second, so that's huge.
First baseman A.J. Carosis.
1959, the attendance tonight on a Friday.
Could have pushed it to 2.
So even the rescheduled games still drawing great here, especially on a Friday night. I mean, what else are you going to do in Welland on a Friday night? Call a baseball game or watch a baseball game?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I do enjoy going to the canal every once in a while.
Swing and a miss. Our feed's frozen here momentarily. There we go. 0-1 the count to Carosis.
Yeah, you watch the ships go through the canal. I do enjoy doing that. But
swing and a miss, 0-2. Lots of bridges to choose from.
There are. Yeah. It's always fun when you get stuck when one of them's up. That was a sarcastic fun, by the way.
Pitch bounces in the dirt, 1-2.
What do you think's worse, getting stuck at the canal or getting stuck by a train?
Depends how big the boat is.
True.
Some of those bridges get really backed up.
Yeah.
It's one of the downsides of living on the water. Or around water, we should say.
Well, last week I got caught in front of one where it wasn't even a huge ship. It was like
they got
5 sailboats.
They got to raise that well in advance.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're in the lock, right? And then they lower them in, and that's what takes the time. Reaching out and fouling one off. It's going to get up into the seats. Carosis. Do another 2-2. You just got to take the scenic route. Go over top or underneath. Hit the Skyway in the falls.
Yeah. Of all Skyways, the government picked the wrong one to expand, but I'm not going to go into that.
2-2.
It makes no sense at all, but
whatever works, I guess.
Yeah.
Here comes Dominguez's offering. Fouled off by Carosis.
Yeah, because you've got the Thorold Tunnel. You've got the tunnel here at the end of the 406. You good? Alex just hurt himself.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
You need to call Maddie?
We do.
All right.
Trainer. 2-2 Dominguez. Locked in a battle here with AJ Carosis. Here comes the offering. He got him swinging. Strike 3. 5th punch out of the night for Dominguez, which means free fries.
Welland McDonald's locations.
And also 2 down for Junior Ibarra.
Yeah, slow things down there. Swinging. And they're going to put Ibarra on.
Intentional walk for Ibarra with first base open and Cairo's due up. Makes sense.
Yep.
Ibarra's got the big swing tonight. Thus far, 3-run double in the first inning.
Designated hitter Nicholas Kairos.
Very rarely do you see him in the 8-hole.
Yeah.
But it worked out for Kitchener in the first.
Yeah, just looking to lengthen the lineup a little bit more, and he's going to go halfway to second base. Marquez is not even close.
Maybe Ibarra can get his first stolen base of the season. One and 0.
Got a big enough lead to do it. Unfortunate part is he's got a guy right in front of him.
1-0 to Cairo's. Got to attack here. Don't want to turn it back to the top of the lineup. Got him to chase outside. 1-1.
That's a really nice pitch.
Cairo's tonight is 0 for 2.
Well, that one starts on the inner half of the plate, and then it just slides out.
Taken off for second base. Throw down is in so much time to nab Junior Ibarra. That's a little bit of a questionable
Doesn't matter how
decision.
big your lead is against Mullen.
I guess it doesn't matter how big your lead is. The best jump of the season, and he gets thrown out by Raleigh. Second base runner caught stealing by Mullen, and the inning is over. We head to the bottom half. Fish looking to get back into it. 6-1. Kitchener on top.
Fans, once again, he's making money now, apparently. Green B, oh my. Leading off the fifth for the Fish, center fielder number 11, Gio Morello.
So I guess the Green Bee is taking bribes now?
Yeah, what's with that?
That's great.
Man, working early too. Like,
he did work for that 5 though.
He did.
Put on a show. All right, so here is Gio Morello. He's walked and also a flyout victim, and he's not happy with that strike 1 call.
Yeah, I thought it was in, but again, Ben Mercier has a little bit of a better view than I do.
Gio's having a conversation right now. See Mercier shake him off. Oh, 1-1 to Gio. Swinging away. Fouls that one onto the seats. 0-2 as Andy Vargas ahead in the count. A tale of 2 starts for Vargas against the Welland Jackfish this season.
Very much so. He wasn't even still in the game at this point.
Didn't get
back
out of
on
the
June
third.
12th.
0-2 on the way from Vargas. Gio Morello fights that one off. Bloop into center field. Leadoff man is aboard. Big turn at first, but he's going to scamper back in. Leadoff single for Gio. Captain starts us off here in the 5th inning. See if that can get something going for the Jackfish offensively.
Yeah, you've got the right part of the order coming up to try and get a comeback started.
Left
And yeah,
fielder,
that's a
number
great
15,
job by Gio Morello to, shake off that first strike call. Clearly not happy, but able to regroup and punch one out to center field.
See if P.O. can get into one here. He's going to show bunt and pull back, 1-0. Boucher tonight is 0 for 2. Struck out back in the first and a ground out victim in the third. One 0 to Boucher. Outside 2-0. And now Junior Ibarra's wondering why he's not getting those calls
In the
anymore.
outside corner anymore, yeah.
So, well, it was there for the first 4 innings. Now they're going to have to come back in a little bit. 2-0. 3-0. Take this one all the way. Robbie Mullen lingering on deck. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Outside ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to P.O. And the first 2 have reached here in the inning. And that'll bring Robbie Mullen to the dish. And that'll send Junior Ibarra to the mound.
Yeah, no action at all in the Panthers bullpen. Why would there be? But yeah, the number 2 hitter in Morello, number 3 guy in Boucher,
catcher,
both getting on base for
Robert
the current home run leader in the IBL, Robbie Mullen, at the room on the right side.
Lofts that one foul.
Everybody clap your hands.
What a great spot it would be for the 11th of the season.
Big time.
Check it out, y'all.
I'm sure he has the same thought as well. Obviously, you don't try to, but you get yourself a hanger.
Should mention it was John Salazzo and Brandon Hupe, the final men in votes for each side. Robert Mullen sends one deep center field. In front of the warning track is Osawa. He'll haul it in for out number 1. Robbie gave it a ride, but to the deepest part of the ballpark. 1 down here in the inning. Reese, I will say,
The designated hitter.
There was
number
one snub that
24,
I'm pretty
Grayson
disappointed didn't get in, and that's
Barrett.
J.D. Williams at Guelph.
Yeah, I thought he'd put together a good enough season to get in.
I had J.D.
sure.
Williams as one of my starting outfielders.
So did I.
Yep. I thought he's been fantastic, and to see him in the final man in vote and then also not get in, I thought that was a little bit of a snub because he's had a great season. At the top of the lineup for Guelph, one of those consistent guys in the top of the lineup, and that's going to be called strike one.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, I thought he's had a good enough season to get in. Yeah, I thought he was bound for the All-Star game again. Whether he started or not, I thought he had a really good shot to be there.
Yeah, the fact he isn't even going to be there, a little bit surprising to me. Grayson Barrett, hard on the ground to second. And the Jackfish are going to bring in a run. Second out, though, an RBI ground out for Grayson Barrett. Runner was off on the pitch, so that's going to stave them out of the double play. P.O. Boucher now stands at second with 2 down for Mateo Porcelato, but now it's a 6-2 ball game.
Porcelato.
Yeah, and that's a really good job of manufacturing a run. I know you've still got 4 to go to get even, but you get a guy to third with a sac fly, and then you put a ball on the ground and you get him home. It's called get him over, get him in. That's very productive baseball from the Jackfish. Again, still got work to do, but it's those little things, advancing runners and giving yourself a chance by putting the ball on the ground. It's good fundamental baseball.
I mean, it's a further outside pitch than the ones that P.O. Boucher was taking for balls, Reese.
Yeah, a couple of those looked a little bit better. But again, much like Gio, you just have to refocus and battle to try and get a ball in play. And again, you would have to imagine that a base hit would score P.O. Boucher. Again, the Panthers probably just playing to keep Porcelato at first base if one does find the outfield grass.
Downstairs and away, 1-2.
Probably go back soft here. Show him the heat and then come back with the breaking ball.
So a 3-run shot for Carlos Dominguez has Hamilton up 4-1 over London. Downstairs, ball 2. That game in the top of the 6th, Reese. 4-0 Baycats. That game only in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Oh, they're not going to get
But
back
Arnold
to
Anderson,
Barry
oh boy.
until 1 o'clock.
Two and 2. Porch fights it off. I understand them having to schedule the games at night, but I mean, realistically, more times than not, the sun is going to be out on a, middle of the summer day or middle of the summer, evening.
Yep.
It's going to be a little bit frustrating for multiple people.
Yeah,
including the road team, especially when you hike that far, right?
Yeah, you get there expecting to start at 7:30, and even back when they had the 8 p.m. starts, you're not starting till 8:20.
3 and 2.
It's a safety hazard. It really is. I've been there. I've played at that stadium. Our junior games didn't have sun delays. We started at 7:30, so
you can't see anything.
No, it's dangerous.
Porch in a full count here, 2 down. Bottom of the 5th, 1 across already for Welland. Looking to make it more. Boucher at second. Bouncing around at second base. Here comes the payoff to Porcelato. Bouncer gonna get, no, not up the middle. Throw to first, not in time. Mandurley, great job to get that ball. I thought it was destined for center field, but the throw bounces in. Corosas can't pick it. Runners at the corners. For Austin Gum, that'll go down as a base hit for Porcelato.
For the fish.
Yeah, it was a favorable bounce, that's for sure. I'm with you. I thought that was headed into center field, but it took a nice bounce. And, with Porcelato, he's probably the only guy. There's speed up and down this lineup, but he's probably the only guy that you throw on the run there. I think there's other guys where you're able to still try and set your feet and make a good throw, but there you just have to unload in a hurry. And unfortunately, ball's in the dirt, and just over at first, it was unable to be picked by Corosas.
Let's see if Gom can get a big hit here. He's been in a little bit
Seems
of a
like
rut.
he needs one, eh?
Absolutely. I was just going to say. Gom goes opposite field on the first pitch.
Tough
Fly
Scotty.
ball. Well, Penalve's got it in front of the warning track, and the inning is over just like that. Jackfish strand another pair on base. And we will head to the top of the sixth. They do get one, 6-2.
Fastest grounds crew. And now, fans, please welcome back to the field, Cheer United. Fans, one more time, Cheer United. And the IBL's fastest grounds crew. Now, fans, focus your attention to the scoreboard. Birthdays in attendance tonight. T.J. Hewitt. Happy birthday, TJ. Happy birthday, Mason. Colton's here on his birthday tonight. Big round of applause for Colton. Ken Egger, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all. Leading off the sixth inning for Kitchener, designated hitter, Nicholas Kairos.
Top of the sixth inning here at Welland Stadium. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, thanks for joining us. Gorgeous night for baseball at the Pond on a Friday night in the Rose City. 6-2 Kitchener on top. Jose Dominguez back out. In on the hands. Ground ball to third. Gom, the throw, spiked it. And safe is Kairos.
Shortstop Jordan Mandalay.
Yeah, I thought he had a little bit more time.
I'm not sure why it just looked like he tried to throw that ball way too hard.
Yeah, he tried to throw that 100 across the diamond, it looked like. But yeah, he had a little bit more time than he thought, I think. And just, yeah, spiked it into the dirt. I mean, doesn't make a difference who's over there at first base. That's a tough one to try and pick out of the dirt.
I mean, props to Marchesa for keeping it in front of him.
Yep.
Wave and a miss, set at the top of the lineup from Jordan Mandalay. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Base hit and a strikeout. Also a ground out. Oh, 1 on the way from Dominguez. In on the hands, tailor-made ground ball. Gom looking for revenge. Back to first. Twin killing. They get them both. So Gom gets it right back and makes the play. Weisner the turn at second. 2 down.
Any infielder that makes an error, they immediately want the next one. And
fielder,
again,
Mateo
Dominguez, contact pitcher.
Zeppioli.
You got to be ready. And I think that'll end his day. But, you know, that's awesome to see. He gets the next one and makes up for it. Nice twin killing. They go 5-4-3.
So if you take away, Reese, that first inning from Dominguez, struggled a little bit in the second, but really settled down from the third inning on, and that'll spell the end to the night for Jose Dominguez tonight. Not what he wanted, but he was able to eat up 5 2/3 innings for his team tonight after not having the stuff that we're used to seeing Jose Dominguez have. He'll head off, and Danny Howitt will enter the ball game for the Welland Jackfish. First call to the bullpen tonight for either team is the lefty Howitt. His job is Matteo Zeppieri. Will step aside momentarily. Danny Howitt will warm up, and we'll be back here in the top half of the 6th inning with Kitchener on top 6-2.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Home is wherever you make it. Might not be what you expected. Raise your glass and take a moment. Look around you, this is home.
When the unexpected happens, who can you call to guide you from crisis to calm? The trusted experts at Service Master Restore are ready when you need us. We'll be there for you every step of the way. Service Master Restore. We restore your home and your peace of mind.
Danny Howitt ready to rock here. You get the lefty-lefty matchup. Look out. Over the head of Zeppieri on the first pitch he throws.
One way to make him feel uncomfortable.
I mean, Zeppieri is 2 for 3 tonight. Pair of doubles. He scored 2 runs as well.
He is right on the plate. Like, his toes are on the line.
Yeah, he does crowd it.
So,
and now you got a lefty on the mound, right? So coming from the other side. Yeah, look how close he does stand to that. That's a great point, Reese.
Yeah,
his toes are on that white paint.
Yeah, you have to expect guys are going to pound you inside.
In on his hands, 1-2. His left knee, Reese, is almost on the plate.
Yeah, I've seen guys stand right on the plate, but he's leaning over the inside corner.
In on his hands, little flare job. Marqueza bouncing back, hauls it in. And Danny Howitt does his job as he gets Zeppieri, something Dominguez struggled to do tonight. And Howitt gets his one out. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Kitchener on top. Jackfish looking to get back in. It is Andy Vargas back out of the bump for Kitchener.
Niagara College programs immerse students with a highly experiential learning environment enhanced by digital technologies. We place students at the center of all that we do. We are Niagara College.
Great job. Visit Wings Up Welland, 200 Fitch Street, or online at wingsup.com. Fans, you can join the Jackfish again tomorrow night. Note the start time, 6:35 for Fiesta night. And Davey Mendez bobblehead giveaway night. For single game tickets, group rates and more, head to wellandjackfish.com/tips. Leading off the inning for your Jackfish, shortstop number 20, Brendan Luther.
Bottom of the 6th inning.
You almost fell off your chair.
No. Brendan Luther, 2 for 2 tonight, will lead things off in the bottom half of the 6th. The director of funds got me off balance up here. Intimidating.
I would have been worried eventually if you hurt yourself. I would have laughed first. But
Swing and a miss. 1-1. Luther, a couple of singles on his night. He's been stranded at second both times. Andy Vargas still out there, still going for Kitchener. Luther spoils one on the outside part. 1-2. Almost starting to think Danny Garcia warming up was just kind of him getting some work in.
Could have been. Yeah.
Lots of different options, lots of different.
Again, you're in the middle of a stretch where you're playing 4 days in a row. Yep. You'd love to not have 2 to 3 relievers every single game. Or 3+, I guess, would probably be better, but.
Wow. Rung up on strike 3, which was not strike 3. And Luther is. So they're going to go right back to it. Strike 1.
And again, we're not right on. You know, we can't see that outside corner. Or that right corner, I should say. Left corner, I guess, for a right-hander, but. Yeah, just the arc of the pitch. It looked like it came around the plates, and
okay.
And again, probably going to see ABS in the major leags next year, but it's not
coming
coming
the All-Star
here.
Game.
That was awesome. Tarek Skubal, I'm not going to use it. First
Manny
Machado,
yep,
100%.
Yeah. 2-1 to Marqueza, who's walked and struck out tonight.
Yeah, again, it's not coming here. So
2-2. Gonna go right back outside to Marqueza. Here comes the 2-2. And he fouls it off.
Everybody clap your hands.
for anyone wondering, that was a car backfiring in the backdrop. Wasn't sure if anyone picked that up, but that was a car.
Yeah, we got some
one of those things. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Some fairground stuff going on. Over in the distance, a 2-2. Another one coming to Marqueza. Once again, going to try and put him away outside. High, full count. Marqueza's had a couple of really good at-bats tonight, Reese.
Yeah, he has. You know, that's an enticing pitch. You know, you like the ball up in the zone so you can try and drive it, but you know, that one just a little bit too high. Good job by Marqueza to recognize that it was going to be a ball right out of the hand.
Full count, pitch to Josh Marqueza. Going to try and get him outside. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Marqueza down on strikes for the second time tonight. 2 down.
Your second baseman, number 4, Jonah.
Have to see if they can get it done with 2 outs.
All right, 2 down for Weisner. High and away for ball 1.
You know, as good as his night has been, I still wouldn't say that his fastball command has been awesome. He's finding a way to get outs, of course, but it's mostly been the off-speed stuff.
2-0.
Ibarra having a conversation with Mr. Mercier.
Well, it's frustrating for both parties, right? Little how are you swing, check swing, 2-1. It's frustrating for Kitchener's point of view because they go there and they get the calls and then all of a sudden it goes away for a little bit. It's frustrating on the Jackfish point of view because you're taken out there, it's a risk. 50-50. Toss up.
Yeah.
We've seen P.O. Boucher draw a walk from it on 3 really close pitches. Really good pitches, I thought. And we've seen the other side of it, which is, the guy at the plate who struck out back a couple of innings ago. And Luther in this inning. So it does frustrate both parties, just in different ways. 3-1 on the way.
Yeah, you know what? If it's a ball, but and we're talking one baseball maybe off the plate, but you're calling it all night. Okay, cool, yeah. Consistent zone, no problem with that at all. It's when it's there, but then it's not for an inning, but then it's back, and then it's not for another inning. So
Weisner was headed to first base, got called back, and a full count pitch on the way here from Vargas. And that's the ball 4. There we go, upstairs. So Weisner does get his walk. He stayed that time, made sure it was ball 4.
I was going to say, sometimes you start to worry when you see somebody flip the bat or start to. Zone might get a little bit bigger, but they're able to draw the walk. But again, that was another count that was worked full.
It's a good pitch, too. Hitter. It's a great full count pitch by Vargas.
Yeah, it's tempting enough that you really, really want to swing at, but it takes a lot of discipline not to.
Yeah. All right, so that'll give Gio Morello a shot here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and scored back in the 5th. Jonah at first, always a threat to steal, squaring to bunt, pulling back. Don't really think Gio will be bunting here.
Watch that back foot if he does. Looked a little bit like it was too close to the plate.
Yeah, more just a ploy, I think.
That would be an out on a ball put in play.
1-0 to Gio. Mile high in the air. In a foul territory, turning down the third baseman over. And Fuji makes the catch to retire Morello, who's frustrated with himself down at first base. And once again, another 0 thrown up by Andy Vargas. If that's it for him, what a start on the road. 6 innings, a 2-run baseball for Vargas. We'll see if he comes back out in the 7th. Nonetheless, Jackfish still trailing by 4, 6-2 as we head to the 7th in the Rose City.
Fort Erie baseball team over there in the barge. It's time for the Empty Bellies Easy Bat race. Here's how this works. When I say go, head to bat, bat to floor, spin around until I say stop. At what point you try to hit the ball off the tee. First contestant to do so wins $25 to Empty Bellies. Fanatics, it's Friday. I need you. Make some noise for our contestants. Let's show you quick, because apparently my team didn't. This, as many times till I say stop. On your mark, get set, go! You got it. Pretty good. He's dizzy, Shank. Leave him alone. He's getting dizzy. Believe me. What do you guys think? Yeah. Uh-oh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This should be good. Go. Yeah, you can hit the ball. Congratulations, you're going to $20 Empty Bellies. But actually, one time for our contestants. We'll be back. Fans, don't forget, Welland Stadium stops serving alcohol at the end of the 7th inning.
Please drink responsibly. Also, the professional and dedicated staff here at the pond asks you to keep this site beautiful. Please use the provided trash containers for your garbage.
Rolling on through top of the 7th inning. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, thanks for joining us. Friday Night Lights here at the pond.
Right fielder
3, 4, 5. It'll be Penalve, followed by Towers and Fuji due up for Kitchener in the inning. Danny Howitt remains in, and he'll get the lefty Penalve, also the lefty Towers to follow. Showing bunt, right back to Howitt. He's got it. Throw on to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th.
Second baseman Charlie Towers.
That's one. If you're Danny Howe, you say thank you for the free out. You know, you understand what you're trying to do, trying to catch the defense off guard, but
wrong place to put it.
Absolutely, yeah. Hit too hard.
So here is Charlie Towers, the second baseman. He is 2 for 3 tonight. Singled and scored. He drove in a run in the 4th with a 2-out base hit. Takes a bender in high, ball 1. Three, 4, 5, due up for the Jackfish Reese in the bottom half of the inning. Got to think at some point here, this 7th inning is probably the time to do it as Howitt bumps in a strike.
Yeah, and again, whether you get 4, it'd be nice to get at least 2, but
Boucher, Mullen, and Barrett.
Yeah, it's the right part of the order to get something started, that's for sure.
1-1 from Howitt is high.
Obviously, the goal would be to get 5 to go up 7-6, but you know, you got to start with 1 and then work your way there.
Double barrel action down in the bullpen for Kitchener, so I'm doubting that Andy Vargas continues into the 7th inning. You got Garcia warming once again, and
Caleb Kane Plot.
There you go. Howell will come set. His 2-2 is high. Danny Howard, of course, member of the Brantford Red Sox, coming over to Welland last season. Now here in the Rose City, a 3-2 pitch. In on his hands. Pump up into foul territory. Who's got it? Marchesa coming in with a slide. He can't come up with it. I'm not sure if it was Mullen or Marchesa who was calling it.
Yeah, you heard that ball, and then I thought it was Marchesa, and then he had looked to Mullen like, do you got it? But, you know.
It's the first baseman's ball.
Yeah, you expect first baseman to get that.
It's just like he just overran it.
Yeah, he checked to see if Mullen was going to get it or not, and then, yeah, just overran the ball.
So another life here for Towers. And another 3-2 coming from Danny Howlett. Bouncer through on the right side. Base hit. Towers his 3rd hit of the night. And that's just the worst outcome after you drop 1 in foul territory.
It's usually how it goes.
So instead of 2 outs and nobody aboard, you got 1 on and 1 out. And now here's Fuji, who's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk.
Yeah, you know, you get that second life as a hitter, and you know they don't come very often, but you have to take advantage when you do get it. And he did a nice job finding a hole on the right side. It looked like we were having a sale on protective equipment over there at first base. Seems like he had every piece known to man.
I was just going to say it. Charlie Towers coming in hasn't had the best season, but he's had a great night tonight for Kitchener. Batting out of the cleanup spot. 3 hits, all singles, but he's put the bat on baseball. Scored a run, driven in a run. 3 for 4. Not a bad night for Mr. Towers.
That was right at us.
Oh, that was coming up here. 0-2 now. See if Howard can get a ground ball or a strikeout.
Yeah, ground ball would be ideal, of course.
Mullen setting up outside. Howitt missed the spot. 1-2.
Towers must be having a really tough job reading Howitt on the mound. He bailed back to first base like Howitt was going over there, so keep an eye on that.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Howitt bounces back and gets Fuji. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night. Now 2 down, and that'll continue the order. 1 on and now 2 out. The center fielder, Osawa, will get a shot here. Osawa tonight was hit by a pitch. He came around to score back in that 1st inning. Also doubled in the 5th. Howitt starts him with a strike. Nice to see Danny Howitt restart to kind of get in a groove. A little bit of a tough stretch for Howitt at the start of the season. He's really started to bounce back here.
Yeah, he had a good outing on Tuesday, and then he's following it up nicely here.
Ground ball, this should do it. It's botched at short, flip to second, is in time. And the inning is over. Deep breath and a sigh of relief. Time to stretch it here at the pond. 6-2, Kitchener on top. Jackfish looking to answer. 3-4-5, 2 up for the Fish.
Please welcome the one and only Southside CJ up on your feet and join CJ and take me out to the ball game.
All right, fans, I'm in section 102 with my choir. On a count of 3, we're going to sing the 7th stretch. Are you ready? I said, 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 are you ready? For the final time, I said, are you ready? A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Jackfish. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs. And I'm still better than Alex Cooper.
Fans, he does everything here. And apparently Jocks has got some hot dogs. Who wants a free hot dog? Hot diggity dog here at the pond tonight, Jocks. Jared wants one up here. Leading off the 7th inning for Welland. Left fielder, number 15, P.O. Boucher.
P.O. Boucher will lead things off in the 7th. New pitcher into the ball game for Kitchener. Danny Garcia does come in. Boucher attacks the first pitch he sees and bounces it to Towers at second. 1 pitch, 1 out.
We did see him in the game last weekend when the Panthers were here, so it's not like we're going a stretch of a few weeks since seeing him, so that information could still be fresh for these Jackfish hitters. But as we were saying in the top half of the inning, you've got 3, 4, 5 due up. You just saw out number 1 there from Boucher. So it's going to have to be Mullen to get something started here for the Fish.
Oh boy. Mullen not happy. He had a nice long look back at Garcia. Did Garcia hit Mullen last week too? Was he the one who hit him?
I believe he was.
I think so.
Yep.
And a first pitch fastball hits Mullen.
And it wasn't close.
No.
Not that we're inferring anything at all, but
the long stare from Mullen. It was in on his hands.
Designated hitter number 24, Grayson Barrett.
Last week, and once again up and in now. So Mullen's aboard at first base, and that'll bring in Grayson Barrett.
You know, for Garcia, an 18 2/3 innings pitched coming in. He has walked 8, but not a guy that loses control very often.
It's always interesting when you come right back into the zone to the next hitters. So Mullen takes one. He's up on base. 1-1. See if Grayson Barrett can make him pay. Way outside. 2-1.
Watching that front shoulder from Garcia, as he comes set, there's a little bit of a turn to first.
Breaks off a breaking ball. 2-2. See if you can see it here.
That one wasn't as much. Didn't really stop there either. That was a little quick.
Grayson Barrett, some words for the home plate umpires. He strikes out, 2 down.
I think that's probably what he was asking about.
The right fielder,
if he got quick pitch
10,
there.
Mateo Porcelado.
There was a pause. It was very slight, but sped things up.
Well, credit to Kitchener for the first time in 8 games. They've silenced this Jackfish lineup. And strike one is called to Porcelado.
Yeah, what the lowest total during that stretch is, I believe, 5 on Tuesday in Guelph.
Yep. He hit Porch. So he's hit Mullen, he's hit Porcelado, and that'll bring in Austin Gom in another big spot here.
Yeah. Yeah, that one barely got Porch, but it did. You heard a little tick as it went through.
Now they're going to go out and have a chat with Garcia.
Yeah, I think they're going to figure out their signs with a runner on second. And now S is going to have a chat with the home plate umpire.
He's pointing out at Garcia. Oh boy.
Switch baseballs.
Now batting for the Jackfish.
That's a weird
Third
exchange.
baseman number 6, Austin Gom.
Well, it'll remain a mystery. Breaking ball to start out Gom, 0-1. Gom tonight 0 for 3. Would love a big swing here. Check swing foul in the hole 0-2.
Yeah, even a simple single could do the job for Gom. See if he could get out of this little funk that he's in. Tons of space. Outfielders are deep.
Hard hit ball through on the left side. That's a base hit. Mullen gonna get the stop sign at third base. Now they're gonna send him. Mullen's gonna be in. He's gonna score. Runners to third and second. on the bobble in left field by Zeppieri. And that'll bring in Brendan Luther now with 2 in scoring position. It's now a 6-3 ball game, and Gom does come through with a hard hit baseball and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, that'll be huge for his confidence moving forward.
Shortstop,
Just needed
20.
something, you know. It's not like he needed a 3-run bomb. He just needed something to the outfield. And, you know, originally Mullen wasn't scoring. I liked the stop sign there at third base. I thought he could have been out by a few feet, but yeah, the bobble helps him score, and 2 more runners in scoring position for a guy that's had a really good night at the plate.
Strike 1 called. That's Ryan Bench over at third base tonight. No Ricky Pillateri.
Got Hupe on deck now.
Luther, foul 0-2. Luther 2 for 3. He was a frustrated strikeout victim in the 6th on a pitch that he thought was not in the zone.
It's something in play, something on the ground.
And he's going to call time. Reset.
Down 0-2, get the pitcher out of his rhythm.
A base hit makes this a 1-run ball game, Reese.
It does.
Garcia trying to work out of it. Luther trying to come through. 0-2 on the way. Well outside.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a setup there. You go outside, see if you'll chase it, knowing full well that you're going to throw a ball here. Hit the target perfectly, just didn't get the chase.
1-2 on the way. Inside.
I think he missed a spot there. Wanted it outside.
Crossed up Ibarra.
Yeah.
Brandon Hupe has grabbed a bat. Will hit for Marchesa here. Got to think that's going to shift around the defensive alignment quite a bit. Luther sends one left field, but right at Matteo Zeppieri. Inning over.
Down to the field we
Fish
go.
get one.
They
strand a pair as we head to the 8th. Kitchener a 6-3 lead into late stages of this one here in Welland on Friday.
Contestants ready to enter the field. Fan wants to raise the roof. One of the contestants. Ryan, take it away.
All right, here we go. Give him musical chairs for a chance at a free oil change courtesy of Elevate Automotive Truck and Trailer. Everybody knows the rules, not real hard. Hey, DJ, hit that beat. All right, good tune. Good tune. Here we go. Here we go. You're out. White's out. White shirt's out. Mike's out. Here we go. Hit the beat. He's just Ken, and he's out. All right, we're down to 2. Here we go. Make some noise. They want an oil change. Go. Congratulations, VC. You're going to have the free oil change courtesy of Elevate Automotive and Truck. Make some noise for our contestants. We will be back.
Fans, don't forget to join the Jackfish again tomorrow night, 6:35. No first pitch time, 6:35. It's Fiesta night and Davey Mendez bobblehead giveaway night. For single game tickets, group rates, and more, head to wellandjackfish.com/tickets. Leading off the 8th inning for Kitchener, first baseman A.J. Carosis.
Danny Howard starts off the 8th with a strike. A.J. Carosis leading things off for Kitchener. There are the numbers for Carosis on the season. Danny Howitt continues to work here for the Jackfish. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, Howitt brings a nice change of pace from Dominguez, obviously throwing from the other side, but he's not going to blow you away. But he is really good at locating those pitches.
Strike 3 called. Carosa's down looking on another pitch that Reese looked off the plate.
Yeah, here comes the money.
Yeah, but
829.
You go where he's calling it.
Absolutely.
Even if it is off the plate. Again, it's if you're consistent, then it's really not that big a deal because you expect that to be a strike. But when it's about 50-50, that's when you can start to have problems. But, I mean, again, good on Howitt, good on Mullen for recognizing that. Panthers have done it all night as well. Howitt continues to put together a really nice outing here.
1-0. Chopped to third base. Bobbled by Gom, and it's going to be an error on the third baseman and another error on the Welland Jackfish tonight. Kitchener's got a man aboard. Reese, these errors tonight haven't been tough plays.
No, they haven't. That's 2 for Gom. One, the first one was a throwing error. This one, obviously, a fielding error.
Weisner with a routine 1 at second.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one. Wasn't squared up to the ball. I thought that was a hit. And then Boucher missing the ball in left field, having it go to the wall.
I mean, this is a Jackfish team. Once again, you're not used to that many errors in a game.
Yeah. But it seems like once every, 3 weeks maybe? Yeah. There's a game where we're seeing 3-4 errors by the defense.
Strike is called.
You know what? In those games, I wouldn't say that the errors have cost them the game.
Nope.
In the previous 2 where we saw 3+ errors, it was their inability to hit with runners in scoring position. They were able to make up for those errors, able to get out of innings without any damage because of those errors, but just their offense let them down in those ones. This one could be a mix of both.
Downstairs from Howitt, 3-1.
I don't think errors have really had a huge part in the scoring tonight, but...
Well, Boucher's error cost 2 runs.
Yeah.
That ball doesn't get to the track. You probably score 1, I would assume. And that's ball 4. So now 2 aboard here in the 8th inning with only 1 down. And that'll turn things back over to the top of the lineup. For the shortstop, Jordan Mandalay.
1 for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, 1 for sure. Yeah, we can agree on that. Absolutely.
Yeah, because the bases, if I'm not mistaken, bases were loaded in that inning when I
3-run
hit
double.
that ball.
Well, 3-run single with the air.
Yeah, probably only 2 score. Yeah, and you strand runners on second and third because of the bunt with the next guy with Kairos.
Yep. Showing bunt, Mandalay.
Marquez still a little bit back at first, though.
Strike called, 1-1. I mean, realistically, you just save the defensive switching around for 1 more inning because you're going to have to move Porch probably the 3rd.
That's what
Gom
I
to
was thinking.
1st.
Yep.
That one's fouled off. Back to the screen. Hupe would go to right.
Yep.
And Marqueza would be out.
Yeah, and I would imagine that's still the plan to have Hupe pinch hit to start the inning. I would imagine that stays the same.
9-1-2 due up for the Fish in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Cued off the end of the bat foul.
First real sign of trouble for Howitt in his outing.
At a town scoreboard, top of the 6th in Brantford. 5-0 Baycats over the Red Sox. Top of the 8th in London. 4-2 Hamilton leading the majors. Another Owen Boone start. Another great start. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 is Howitt. Able to get Mandalay chasing. 2 down.
There were 2 really uncomfortable swings there from Mandalay. Strike 2 where he spun around like a top, and then that one, it just looked awkward offering at those pitches. Howard will take it, though. That's a big punch out with a couple of guys on.
Loud sound off the bat, but not traveling tonight. That one is right to Mateo Porcelato, who makes the catch.
Okay, who's still hungry at the
well,
pond
6-3. Jackfish got 6 outs to play with. They'll go 9-1-2 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Looking for 3 or more. Kitchener on top, 6-3 as we step aside.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
Jackfish home game. Bring a group and enjoy our all-inclusive group ticket packages. To learn more or to book your group, visit wellandjackfish.com or call 905-735-9834. Pinch hitting and leading off the 8th inning for your Jackfish. Number 21, Brandon Hoope.
Brandon Hoope will pinch hit here in the 8th inning for Josh Marqueza. All-star Brandon Hoope. Last man in, he was the vote winner. Jackfish player number 11 to be to the All-Star game. Long pause Garcia on that time. Got a strike call in the outside corner, 0-1. Too far outside on that offering, 1-1.
Trying his best, Nestor Cortez. Delivery.
It'll be Hoope, Weisner, and Gio Morello. Hoope trying to start off the 8th the right way. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Take away about a 3-week stretch for Hoope in the middle of the season. He has been fantastic.
Yeah, he's probably not even part of that last man vote.
Absolutely not. 2-1. 3-1.
I'm curious as to why we're seeing the pause.
He was really good in the bottom half of the 7th without the pause. Hoope goes after a 3-1 pitch, flares it off into right field. That's in a no man's land base hit. Hoope going to try and go to second base. He is out. I'm not sure about that decision to go to second, Reese, in a 3-run ball game.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I know he's got a lot of speed, but you got 3 players surrounding that baseball. They had him by a couple of feet.
Yeah. You know, you're not the tying run. If you're on base, Gio Morello's a tying run. Obviously, if Wisner reaches.
But you got to keep in mind who's up. You got the top of the order coming up too, right?
Exactly. You know, I like the thought, but 3-run ball game, you need base runners. No reason to get thrown out. And he could easily steal back.
I was just going to say, he's got a ton of speed. There's no reason he couldn't have taken off on the first couple of pitches on a reliever who has a fairly slow delivery to the plate.
Yeah, and Jackfish are 3 for 3 on stolen bases today. And again, that's nothing against Ibarra's arm, but they're 3 for 3. So, again, I like the thought, but not in a 3-run game. Yeah.
Situational baseball.
Maybe in the
3-0 to Wisner.
5th or 6th.
Yeah, absolutely.
But 8th inning is, I don't know.
See if Wisner can get aboard here in a 3-0 count. Yep.
Not close.
So now 1 on with 1 out.
The center fielder.
Now you would have had 2 on.
Gio.
Nobody out for Gio Morello.
Yeah.
He's the tying run. Now, he's the 5th run. You get P.O. Boucher on deck. He's had a tough night at the dish. Boucher tonight.
Yeah.
Got to think he wants a shot at a redemption here. Go back into that first inning to that error.
Yeah, you know, when you make an error, you start to press a little bit in other areas of the game. Not to say Boucher has been pressing for the last 8 innings, but just as humans, we tend to do that. That's 5, not close.
1-0 to Gio Morello.
Veteran hitter that Morello is, he knows. He might wait for a strike. That's a tough look when the catcher doesn't squeeze it. Might be a strike, but a tough look. Real long look in.
Swing and a miss from Gio, 1-2.
Yeah, on that swing, Gio looked like he was looking in right field. It didn't seem like he had his head down the entire way through that swing. Now he's going to have to shorten up, find a way to get something in play.
Gio Morello, left center field. That ball is deep, but not deep enough. Osawa on the run makes a nice grab at 2 down. Ball's just not carrying tonight, Reese.
No, it seems like every time we've seen a ball have a chance to find a gap, it just hangs up. And just not traveling.
Left fielder number 15, P.O.
That one was hit hard enough. It looked like it was tailing away from the center fielder enough to be able to drop, but Osawa runs it down.
Pitch to P.O. is downstairs for ball 1.
The Panthers really don't want Mullen to step to the plate here as a tying run. They are zeroed in on Boucher right now.
Wisner's going to take off for second base. Throw down is high. Wisner's going to be in with a stolen bag.
A 2-0 count here for Boucher. Obviously looking to drive a ball here, but you also know you can be a little bit patient here.
Look at the bugs out tonight. It has been so hot and humid in the Niagara region over the last 3 weeks. Boucher on a line. That ball is going to get down in front of the right fielder. Penalve, throw home not in time. An RBI single as Wisner crosses the plate. It's a 2-run ball game. 6-4 now as Boucher drives one in. Just chipping away here and there. The tying run is going to be Robbie Mullen. You got a massive bug on you.
Oh, are you going to
Your
smack me?
catcher, number 23,
There it goes.
Robert Mullen.
Didn't hurt at all.
Wasn't trying to hurt you.
Oh, that's good.
Mullen.
Honestly, as long as it's not a spider, I'll be okay. Like,
right.
I'll run.
Bounced in there. Throw down is going to be into center field. Boucher's going to stay at second.
Yeah, no point to force that.
Jackfish are now 5 for 5 in the stealing department tonight.
And that's what takes you back to Hupe there. You love the aggressiveness, but
It looks like there's snow in the air.
yeah, this is wild.
This is a lot of bugs. Another one spiked in the dirt by Garcia. 2-0 to Mullen. Remember, he hit Mullen last inning.
I'm really surprised they didn't put him on. As soon as that bag was stolen by Boucher, I'm surprised they didn't put him on.
I don't think he's going to see a close pitch. I think they'd rather have Grayson Barrett. He's 1 for 4 tonight. I mean, both are fantastic power options, but again, you don't want to put the tying run on base necessarily. Robert Mullen to third base. Scooped up there by Fuji. Throw is airmail over the head of the first baseman, A.J. Carosis. Boucher scores. Robbie to second. It's a 6-5 ball game, and Mullen stands in scoring position. Fuji had all the time to make a good throw, and he skied it.
The designated hitter.
And now here's Grayson Barrett.
Grayson Barrett.
That's one of those situations where you get the ball in plenty of time. You know you have a slower runner hustling down to first base, that you overthink it. You take one too many crow hops and you airmail the baseball.
The one guy you probably have time in this lineup to throw down to first base and make a good throw is Robert Mullen.
Yeah. But again, that can be the enemy for any infielder, is time. You know, you have more time to think about it, more time to do whatever you need to do to throw the baseball, and then you just don't execute it. You know, sometimes infielders would rather just take a nice fluid motion, field the ground ball, one hop over to first base, but when you've got a slower run and you start to crow hop a little bit, that's when things can go south. Again, you think about it a little bit too much. You try to make a perfect throw, but you airmail it.
Garcia is going to remain in the ball game. They're going to get some work going down in the bullpen now. In a hurry.
I think that's still Plant out there throwing. Trying to see who else is hustling down there. A couple of guys are stretching.
Grayson Barrett in the biggest spot of the night for the Welland Jackfish. Robbie Mullen's the tying run at second base. Barrett fouls off the first out for 0-1. Barrett has singled, flown out, grounded out, struck out, 1 for 4. See if Grace can find some green. Oh, 1 pitch from Garcia. Outside for ball 1.
That's a really good take, especially with that pitch being called the strike.
Yep.
Sometimes tonight, sometimes it hasn't been, but that's a really good eye. Really couldn't do much with it.
1-1 to Grayson Barrett. Mullen is lead off second. Here comes the Garcia offering. In on the hands of Barrett, skies it. Foul territory, Carosis is over and he makes the catch. Kitchener bends, they do not break in the 8th.
Fanatics,
to the 9th we go, buckle up. Don't go anywhere, a one-run ball game as we head to the 9th inning, 6-5, Kitchener on top.
This is so bad. What if somebody sees this?
We
We have to get rid of this. Oh, I've got some ideas. At Penn Financial, our advisors can help you clean up the mess and make sense of your finances. Whatever your financial secret is, there's no judgment on our end. Don't live in financial stress. Come to Penn Financial. We'll help you clean up the mess.
Country road, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home.
Fanatics, give yourself a round of applause. Great job as always. Defensive changes now for the Jackfish. At first base, Austin Gom. At third base, Mateo Porcelato. And now playing right field, Brandon Houpe. Leading off the ninth inning for Kitchener, right fielder Yazvani Penelver.
Yazvani Penelve will lead things off here in the top half of the ninth inning. 6-5, Kitchener on top. Danny Howitt continuing to work here into the ninth.
Might sound simple, but just love to see a donut.
Howitt came on in the sixth inning with 2 away, and he has been terrific. It's one of the benefits you get out of having a Danny Howitt is he can go length. He was a starter in Brantford 2 years ago. Started a few games last season for the Jackfish. That ball is going to be foul. It's going to take a lot of muscle to put one out here tonight.
Yeah, you have to be Barry Bonds in his prime to get it out of the ballpark tonight. Even to find a gap, really.
Yeah. 1-2 the count. Penelve is 2 for 4 tonight. Couple of base hits. That one is sky to center field. Gio Morello drifting over to his right, makes the catch, 1 down.
That's big to get the first guy.
Second baseman Charlie Towers.
And not as busy a schedule this week for the Jackfish as it is for the Panthers, but still to be able to get length out of Danny Howitt like this, normally, you might see teams go with the bridge guy to get to the back end of the bullpen, but Howitt just keeps on cruising.
Both teams have only used 2 pitchers tonight, Reese. Garcia out of the pen, relieving Andy Vargas, who was terrific through 6. And it was Howitt coming in for Dominguez after he struggled in the first, but kind of gathered it up and was able to get through 5 2/3.
Yeah, he did a nice job collecting himself. Absolutely.
Yeah, Howitt's been rolling ever since. Fouled off, 1-2.
And again, it's that different look that can make such a huge difference, right? You've got a ton of speed out of the right arm of Dominguez, and then you slow things down with Howitt from the left side. That's something simple like that can throw off a hitter's timing.
Hard chopper to first. Into foul territory, Gom. 1-2 bounces in the dirt. 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 high. And the count is run full to Charlie Towers, who has been terrific offensively for Kitchener. 3 hits on the night. An RBI, a run scored, 3 for 4. Now he's worked a full count here. Does not get the call on the outside part of the plate, ball 4. And he's walked Towers here with 1 away.
Third baseman Yosuke Fuji.
And that'll bring in Yosuke Fuji, who is had a night to forget. 3 punch-outs for Fuji tonight.
Yeah, he's looking to avoid the sombrero.
Howard got him back in the 7th on strikes. Now Towers is aboard for the 4th time tonight.
Fuji's every strikeout has been swinging. Just unable to time up anything tonight.
Trend continues 1-1. Does Garcia come back out in the 9th for Kitchener?
I think so.
Looks like it.
Unless we've just got an arm ready and waiting, but doesn't look like we'll see a new arm.
Two and 1 the count.
Saw Mullen take a couple extra steps out in front of home plate there just to try to calm down his pitcher. He'll get Howitt back in the strike zone.
Howitt comes sent. 2-1 offering. Mullen wanted that one. 3-1.
Yeah, you know what? I think it did miss, but it was a really good spot.
It's a great spot. 3-1 pitch from Howitt. Swing and a miss, full count. I think you got to challenge him and come right back.
Yeah, you got to bear down here.
Throw over to first base to check on Towers. It's a second throw over.
I wonder if they start him now. Full count.
Absolutely.
2 throw-overs.
3-2 pitch coming from Howitt. There goes Towers off for second. It's fouled off back to the screen.
I'd say that foul ball is a good thing because I think he had that bag stolen. A little bit of a slower delivery to home plate. Plus he got a good jump at first.
Chatham Kent comes to town tomorrow night. Towers is off again. Fuji swing and a miss, strike 3. Interference on the batter. It's going to be a double play. So the Jackfish are out of the inning. Mullen couldn't get the throw off. Fuji stepped in front of him. He's got the golden sombrero tonight. 4th strikeout of the night for Fuji, who's 0 for 4. And we go to the bottom of the 9th race. Last call for the Welland Jackfish, who trail 6-5. Looking to walk it off here tonight.
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bills. Once I had a girl on Rocky Top, half bear the other half cat. While as a mink on sweet and soda pop, I still dream about that. Rocky Top used to always be so sweet.
Leading off the bottom of the ninth inning, third baseman, number 10, Mateo Porcelato.
This game just turned 3 hours old. Our first pitch was at 7:18. 10:18 now here in Welland. Bottom of the ninth, 6-5. Kitchener trying to close out the Fish and deny them of their 9th straight victory. Garcia continues. And strike one is called to Mateo Porcelato. Got to protect that outside part in this inning. Breaker is outside, 1-1. Porch tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's hit by a pitch as well. Fans getting after it here in Garcia. 1-1 on the way. 2-1.
And it was Garcia that hit Porch. Last time up at the plate.
Yeah, him and Mullen both in the same inning.
Yep.
2-1 to Porcelato. Wave and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, you got to grind your way on base here.
You can get Porch on.
Yep. Anyway will work.
2-2 Garcia. Porch set. Here comes Garcia's offering. Skies one to left field. Racing in is Zampieri. He's there to make the catch, 1 down.
First baseman, number 6, Austin Gum.
And this will bring in Austin Gum now with 1 away. Fish just needing to get a runner on base. 2 outs to play with. Here's Gum, who is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled back in the 5th. He was hitting, or no, check that, sorry. 1 for 4 Gum, singled back in the 7th. Ball 1 to Gum. When Garcia has gone to that pause, he is nowhere near the strike zone.
Again, it's puzzling why he continues to do that. He's got such a fluid motion. He just stops everything midway through.
Oh boy. It's a great frame job by the catcher Ibarra. He pulled it back up. 2-1. Gum will reset. Fights it off, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, you got to battle now. Again, just find a way.
Wave and a miss, strike 3, down to their last out. And Brendan Luther, the last hope here for the Fish.
Shortstop, number 20, Brendan Luther.
He's got a couple of hits. He's been productive out of the 8th spot tonight. You're going to need some 2-out magic now. So
here's Luther. Kitchener trying to snap an 8-game win streak by the Welland Jackfish. Bottom of the 9th in London. And the Majors have tied it up at 4. So that's we said it was going to be a good one right off the hop tonight.
We did.
4-4. Bottom of the 9th. Majors looking to walk off the Cardinals, snap their 5-game win streak. 6-0 Barrie, bottom of the 7th in Brantford.
They really caught up.
They did. 1-1 to Luther. Garcia delivers home. 1-2.
That looked like Luther was geared up for the fastball and then
got an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, and just froze.
Kitchener trying to win their 3rd straight, and they're a strike away.
They would pass the Guelph Royals in wins.
One, 2 from Garcia. Luther serves one up left field. And the catch is made by Zeppieri. All right, then. What a weird way to end the ball game. Didn't look like he saw that baseball, but he came up to make the catch, and the Jackfish 8-game win streak comes to an end at the hands of the Kitchener Panthers, who win 6-5. Their 3rd straight win. They'll head to Barrie tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow night. Chatham Kent in town. Jackfish failed to get their 23rd win of the season. And Kitchener has now surpassed the Guelph Royals in the win column in the standings in the IBL. Panthers probably their most impressive win of the season here in Welland. And we will step aside momentarily. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com, because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
This is so bad. What if somebody sees this?
We have to get rid of this.
How?
Oh, I've got some ideas. At Penn Financial, our advisors can help you clean up the mess and make sense of your finances. Whatever your financial secret is, there's no judgment on our end. Don't live in financial stress. Come to Penn Financial. We'll help you clean up the mess.
Welcome back inside Welland Stadium here. Jackfish dropped this one 6-5. Reese, can you hear me?
No.
You can't hear me either? No, I don't got you either. Anyways, we'll wrap this one up fairly quickly here from the Rose City. Jackfish dropped this one 6-5 at the hands of the Kitchener Panthers, and made it interesting.
Yep.
Just couldn't get it done. Kitchener, the better team tonight. They got the better start tonight. Charlie Towers was excellent offensively for Kitchener.
Yeah, he was, and really, you wash out the first inning, and we're talking about 9 straight wins for the Welland Jackfish, right? So that's just the way it went. You know, Kitchener just had a better start than the Welland Jackfish did, albeit Welland answered with 1 to try and at least start to claw back, but they just couldn't overcome that first inning.
Errors also a theme for the Jackfish tonight. They had 4 of them. 3 of them on the infield, 1 in the outfield. Yeah. One of those games, Reese, that you just kind of look back and you shake your head and you say, all right, well, we get a chance tomorrow against Chatham Kent.
Yeah, you know what? That's the beauty of it. The beauty of the game of baseball is you're at it less than 24 hours later. And you're going to take stuff from this, but you're back at it so quickly. You can, essentially put it aside and move on, right? It's going to be a tough opponent. Chatham needs to start winning again. You talk about Kitchener and kind of how down they were, winning 3 in a row. Again, it's a team that had to get on a roll, and Chatham's the same way tomorrow. So it's going to be a desperate ball club coming in. You're going to have to be ready right from the first pitch.
A little bit of a positive note, Danny Howitt continues his really good stretch. I thought he was fabulous tonight. He came in the 5th inning, I believe it was, to relieve the starter Dominguez. He got the one out, and he went the rest of the way for the Jackfish.
Yeah, he was really good in relief. You're right, 5 2/3 for Dominguez, and Howitt comes in and just throws up zeros. He did a really nice job in relief, and again, it's not as bad of a schedule this week for Welland as it is for Kitchener. With the Panthers going 4 straight, it's just back-to-back for Welland this week, but I guess 3 in a row, including the All-Star game for 11 guys. But, yeah, he did a nice job. No need for any other bullpen arms. And even once, and I think this was a stretch, he didn't really feel like he was in trouble at all, right? He was in full command when he was on the bump. He got his fair share of Ks, but he also let the Panthers put the ball in play. He kept his defense engaged, and I thought that was huge. He was really, really good out of the pen.
We'll take a look at the standings here, updated after tonight. They'll pop up on the board there. The Jackfish still holding on to that first-place spot. Again, the star beside the Jackfish already clinching that playoff spot. But, again, with Barrie sneaking up all of a sudden, playing really good baseball, London and Hamilton tied at 4. That game, I believe, is going to the 10th inning in London. So a lot of interesting things. It's, Hamilton looking for their 6th straight tonight. You look in the middle there, Chatham-Kent sitting in that 5th spot. They were 2nd place 2 weeks ago. That's how fast it can change in 2 weeks. All jumbled up in the middle there. And there it is. Guelph Royals now sit in 8th place in the IBL standings. Kitchener, with their win tonight, surpassing Guelph, who now sit in 7th.
It's wild. I mean, that's how quickly things can change. And for the Jackfish, like you said, the star's still there. They've clinched the spot, but you have no interest at all in limping into the playoffs, right? And it's just one bump in the road. It's going to happen, but the important thing is get back at it tomorrow. And for Kitchener, just keep rolling. I mean, if they go 4-0 with a win tomorrow against Barrie, who knows where they're going to finish, right? It's so log-jammed in the middle.
Not just 4-0, Reese. Toronto, which is, a hot and cold team depending on the night. We know that firsthand here.
Yeah.
Then they beat Chatham. Then they come to Welland Stadium and beat Welland. They're going to Barrie tomorrow night. So a long 4-game road trip away from home.
Yeah.
They got a chance to sweep it before the All-Star break. It's pretty impressive for Kitchener.
Yeah. Sometimes it can make or break your season depending on how you go into the All-Star game. So if they go 4-0 heading into the All-Star game, and you looked at those standings, how juggled up they are, they can finish 5th at this rate, 4th. Who knows how it's going to shake out. So, I mean, they're probably Jackfish fans tomorrow hoping they get a win over Chatham. But they got to, of course, take care of business as well. So, I mean, it's we've got time, but not as much time. So it's again, Kitchener's a team that had to get on a roll, and they're on a roll right now.
Well, let's flip the script to tomorrow night at Welland Stadium. Right back at it again in less than 24 hours. Welland Jackfish will face out against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Note the start time, 6:35, not 6:05, 6:35 from the Rose City tomorrow night. Post-game fireworks, and of course, Fiesta night, Davey Mendez bobblehead night. Tickets are almost gone for tomorrow night. So make sure to go to Welland Jackfish /tickets to grab yours right now. First 1,000 fans to the gate are going to get one of those replica Davey Mendez bobbleheads. Boy, are they ever sharp. And I'll tell you what, be here early tomorrow because the lines are going to be ridiculous for that game. Quick thoughts about tomorrow night, Reese, then we'll pop out of here.
Yeah, it's a desperate ball club coming in Chatham-Kent. They got to start winning again. And for the Jackfish, you just got to get back into the win column. As much as you wanted this one, as much as it was a winnable game, you can't let it bother you too much. I thought they did some good things. There were some bad moments, but I thought there were some good moments as well. So you build off of those good things and just take it in tomorrow. Again, that's a great game of baseball. You're right back at it the next day.
Absolutely. Well, Jackfish 8-game win streak comes to an end. All good things must come to an end as the Kitchener Panthers start one of their own. They're on a 3-game tear heading to Barrie tomorrow night. We will see you all down at the pond. One more game before the All-Star break. That's tomorrow night, 6:35 against Chatham-Kent. Make sure to catch us on YouTube and Welland Jackfish TV. For all of us here at Welland Stadium, we thank you for joining us, and we say goodnight and cheers from the pond.
Yeah, I don't know.